We're finally here, guys, for my second stream. It took me long enough. I wanted to stream. I really did. I really enjoyed the first stream, but man, did I not really want to play MLB 23 anymore. I mentioned it in a community post, which I don't know how many people see those, but I just said I'm fighting a losing battle between my desire to stream more and actually play the game, and I guess I lost that battle. But here we are for one final time, one final stream of MLB The Show 23, and we're combining it with a video series that I had throughout the year, some Washington Nationals franchise. I've been saying for, for months now that I kind of wanted to finish it up by doing a long-term simulation and seeing how some different careers panned out. So that's what we're going to do today. I don't know how long I'll be live for, but what I do know is we'll be out of here in time for the new feature premiere that's starting at, I think, 5 Central. So, at most, we'll be going about 4 hours today, but I don't know if I anticipate that, being the case. First of all, actually, since this is still only my second stream and I don't really know what I'm doing, can everybody hear me? Am I just talking to myself, or are we all good and up and running here? I'm assuming we're all good and up and running here, but again, I still just don't know what I'm doing yet. That's kind of why I'm here, actually. That's kind of why I wanted to make sure I fit in a second stream before MLB 24 comes out, because there's a couple more things that I want to test. I've mentioned how I want streaming to be a more regular thing on the game next year. I want to stream a lot in 24. So there's a couple things I wanted to test. I guess the first one being, I meant to have a list of things I wanted to say at the beginning here, and I completely forgot to do that, so I'm just going off the top of my head. Anyway, the first thing that I'm testing is, and I hate talking about like any sort of money when I'm on YouTube, but I do have this stream monetized. I didn't have the first one monetized because I just, wanted to focus on the stream. But this one, I think there might be ads that played before you started watching. I set the option to not have ads play during the stream. So once you're in here, I think you should be good. But if that's not the case and you get an ad in the middle of the stream, let me know, because I want to make sure that that doesn't happen. Or at least I know why it happened and know what I can do. The other thing I want to test, which actually I just realized I forgot to start doing, but the biggest one that I want to test is I want to record the stream as a video as I'm streaming, because the stream isn't in as high of quality as a video recording would be. So I want to record these as a video just in case, well, I have ideas for streams and videos to kind of run together for MLB The Show 24. So I want to make sure I can actually record my streams. So that's what we're going to be testing today. I'm starting recording right now, and if the stream just like goes all out of whack and drops in quality, then let me know, and I'll also try and fix that. So that should be all that sort of stuff out of the way, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go here for the Washington Nationals long-term simulation. If you guys missed it, I don't know how many of you guys, are crossing over from actually watching this series to watching the stream, but we won again. 4 years in a row with these Washington Nationals. We won the World Series, continuing it from March to October into franchise, and basically all I want to do here is there's a few players, like Juan Soto is one of them, who I just want to see how his career plays out. I mean, he's 27 years old. He's coming off a 49 home run season. I just want to see what he ends up doing in his major league career by the end of it. There's also people like on different teams I think I've mentioned it before, but Mike Trout's a big one because he's still playing at an insane level. He's finally starting to regress, but he's another guy who I want to see what kind of numbers he gets to before those ratings get too low and he calls it quits. So what I want to do here is, since we're still the defending World Series champions, I kind of want to focus a little bit more. Maybe focus isn't the right word, but I want to be a bit more hands-on for this first season and still be mostly in control of the team as we start simming our seasons here, because if we can continue winning World Series, let's continue winning World Series. So we can just skip ahead here. Let's advance to the off season, and we need a new pitching coach and manager and first baseman. All right. In terms of how our team is looking, okay, we don't have any retired players, but what I was gonna say is we only have a couple players that we're going to be losing to free agency, and we pretty much are going to be able to promote from within. So I don't even know how active we'll be in free agency. Jose Abreu, he retired. Didn't even play this last season. I don't know. There's a lot of free agent retirees here, so I'm just gonna skip past this. We'll see who made the Hall of Fame. Nobody was good enough to make the Hall of Fame. Interesting. So what's next here? I'll be honest, I haven't done very many real off seasons in franchise mode this year. So if you see me not quite knowing what I'm doing, that's why. But I think first things first, we got to worry about our coaching. We'll get these salaries taken care of. We have $103 million available. Hang on a second. Where do I look at that better? A $94 million payroll, $103 million available budget. That seems way higher than it gave me last offseason. I don't know how much I believe that. But coaches, I really wish there was a way where, well, first of all, I wish there was a way that your coaches could like progress and get better, because our manager we had before was like a C rated, and all he was giving us was negative attributes. So it just didn't make sense that he could win back-to-back World Series, not get any better as a manager, and then get let go, get not brought back. But I guess that just means we have a chance to hire a new manager. Dave Roberts is here. He actually gives a lot of good boosts. I might just throw some money at him. I mean, 4-time champs in a row. Who wouldn't want to come here? Let's do that. Let's see what he wants to come manage the Washington Nationals. $8 million a year. Honestly, I'm up for that, because I don't, maybe I should plan our team a little bit more, because like I was saying, I don't really anticipate being too active in free agency, because I think we have a good team as it is. Our only free agents that we're going to be losing is or are set to be losing is Freddie Peralta, and then Joe Mantiply, and that's it pitching. And then there's only 2 position players also that are set to be gone, and that's Matt Chapman and Yu Chang. So like Matt Chapman's a big one. World Series MVP, 89 overall. He's had 3 good seasons with us. That's definitely a big one that we're going to be losing. But I don't know if Brady House is ready. We've got Isan Diaz, Garcia. We've got Abrams. That all should cover the infield, especially if James Wood's going to be coming back up. Drew Jones is still going to be here. I feel like we have it all covered, and we really could just bring up minor leaguers to be backups for our new guys coming in to start. I guess, I got to check myself here. I ramble way too much when I'm doing this sort of thing on this game, and we don't have an unlimited amount of time here, so I just kind of got to get going. So I do think I'm set on letting Matt Chapman go. I think I'm also set on letting Freddie Peralta go because we still have Yoan Adone, even though he didn't really work out that great. He hadn't been playing that great. He's still a high overall, so like I can just bring him back in and hope. Yu Chang's just a backup. Like we have to have backups. Mantiply, obviously a big piece to this team. If you've been following the Nationals stuff, Joe Mantiply has been around pretty much since the start, but he's regressing. He's getting old. Feel like we can be okay with getting rid of him. And then these two are just minor leaguers, so I might bring Lopez back. It's always nice to have a solid low 70s arm like this that if you have an injury you can bring back. So maybe he'll be the only one on this screen I offer something to, and I'll just offer him 1 year. Does it say? It doesn't say what he made last year. He probably made around this. I'll give him 800K to come back and play in the minors. But yeah, other than that, I'm good here. So if we have almost $100 million available, and I don't really plan on bringing in many free agents, I think we can just kind of throw some money at Dave Roberts here and see if he takes it. I'll bump it up to 25 mil over 3 years. We can afford that. Yeah, let's do that. Let's offer that. So there's our offer to Dave Martinez. He's not all that interested. He's not as interested as I would have thought. We can give that some time, though. We also need... Man, I keep backing out. I got to be hitting R1, right? R1 and L1. Pitching coach. See, this is just always something I don't understand, how these attributes affect things. Like, I feel like some of them actually affect in-game ratings and some of them don't, and I don't know what's what. This one might be good. 2 stamina. I mean, stamina is a big deal this year. We kind of learned that once I moved to franchise. So maybe I should be looking for someone with the most stamina gains. I guess that might be Dustin. We got Pedro Grifol here. I didn't even notice that. I think we'll stay away from him. You know, yeah, or did I see this guy's +3? Dave Bush here is +3 stamina. Maybe I'll offer to both. I can do that, right? Bump this guy up to 3.5. He's pretty interested. Maybe I'll offer to him first, then if he doesn't accept, well, I guess this guy could be gone then. Should I just offer to them both at the same time? I feel like I'm neglecting the chat here. I'm kind of just hijacking this. How you guys doing today? I didn't even ask that. I also just realized after I streamed the first time that I didn't do the streamer thing. I didn't refer to you guys as chat. I didn't refer to you guys as all one being of chat. So I got to start doing that more. I don't know. Should I just offer this guy too? Make sure we get a good pitching coach. I guess either one would be fine. Bump him up to 3.3 mil or 3.3 mil a year. Sure. And I hit back once again. All right, cool. First base coach. Probably want speed, right? Not at the expense of reaction, though. Arm accuracy. We already have a lot of people struggling with arm accuracy. -2 stealing. We're not a good stealing team anyway, so we could just abandon all hopes of stealing and just purely juice up our speed. I kind of like that idea. I keep hitting back, dude. Come on. If this guy, I remember when we were playing throughout the year last year that we actually did have +3 speed on everybody. So if this dude was the reason for that, and then we get another guy with +3, if we have everybody with +6 speed. All right, I'm spending way too much time on the coaching staff here. We can start simulating. He's not interested? Dave, buddy. So who is interested? He's still there. They're offering him... Maybe I should have bumped up the years. You know what? Yeah, we'll offer him another. We'll bump up the year. What were they giving him? 34. We could do 4 years, 35. Just outbid everybody. It seems like we have the money. I mean, I hope I'm not assuming that incorrectly, but it seems like we have the money. So we'll go ahead and butt ourselves out in front there. Sim another day. And he accepts a different offer. I don't get it. I don't get it. Why would you not want to come and manage the 4-time defending champs? So who else is there then? I don't know if I want somebody who's going to be giving that big of a minus. I mean, plate discipline and contact isn't bad. I don't even know. Should I even be focusing on this too much if I'm just going to be simming? I don't know. I don't know. We'll bump this guy up. Let's give him 4 years, 20 mil. Adam Sparks has absolutely no managerial experience, so sure. He's just straight up not interested. Maybe because the Cardinals are offering him more, but we're offering him success. Should we just go for like an unknown guy? I mean, these top guys are all being divas here. +3 fielding. Yeah, we just need a manager. I just need to get this done. We just need a guy to come and manage the team. Can you accept Jim? We're still good here, right? Nothing I really wanted. Or you know what? Should I offer... What does Matt Chapman want? Because maybe I should offer him the qualifying offer. Or no, I shouldn't. He wants way less than that, so he would just accept the qualifying offer, and we don't want him to do that. Okay. Well, yeah, we're good there then. I kind of just want to get to free agency here. Why is nobody interested in coming to coach for us? What is going on here? I've never had this much trouble hiring coaches. Who's somebody that nobody wants but isn't an awful coach? Josh Miller's got a couple speed. I just want to sign these dudes, man. You did a long-term sim on your Braves, and you got Trout. He finished his career with 761 homers. 2 away. Oh my God, how? I mean, I know it's a video game, but you want people to have the logic of being like, man, I'm 2 home runs away. Stick around. How old was he when he retired? Because I think he's 34 right now in this. Where are we at here? He's 35. Okay, since we flipped years. So he's 35 and he's at 524. So he would have had to hit another 230 some for you. He had to be into his 40s, I would imagine. All right. Josh Miller's not 48 years old. I don't know if I've ever seen somebody last that long. I guess that makes a little bit more sense why he retired, even though you'd still think 2 homers away from the most coveted record maybe in sports, you'd stick around. We finally got somebody to accept a job, though. Was that our manager? It was our manager. We got a new manager, Big Jim Pollard. And then, does it say... We still have both offers for pitching coach active, so we still need a first base coach, and nobody wants to come coach first base for us. I want somebody with plus speed, but nobody really is left that does much of that, and I don't want to do like +3 at the expense of that much durability and arm accuracy. God, I don't know. We'll just offer to this guy. The only thing he takes away is a little bit of durability, adds a little bit of stealing, bump the offer up to 3 mil so that maybe somebody actually accepts. He seems pretty interested in it. I just want to get to free agency here. There we go. He accepted. Still need our pitching coach to accept. He was an 81 overall. I feel like that breaks the logic that everybody sees on this game. Like you get a 36-year-old or something that just tanks their overall throughout the course of a season and drops from, maybe a mid 80s down to a 60. And then you got a 48-year-old that was still an 81. So what's today? Final day for exclusive. Yeah, we don't care about that. Sim past that. We got our pitching coach. I think that was the lower guy, but that's fine. So now, what do we have in free agency? 40-man roster. We have 7 spots available. So, okay, we actually have a couple of guys I don't want to lose in the Rule 5 draft. So we will add Brady House to the 40-man. And then I think I'm going to add Jordy Barley because he might be somebody I call up. So we'll make sure that we don't lose him. Who is the other guys? Noah Schultz. We'll go ahead and add him. And then that's really, I feel like that's kind of it in terms of people who I want to make sure we don't lose out on. Now I'm mad at myself for not playing the last game of the regular season and didn't play it. You could have gotten him those last 2 homers. That kind of reminds me, if you watched my Angels March to October, the very last game of the regular season that I was able to play was, I think, the second to last game of the regular season. And the whole year, Mike Trout looked on pace to hit 50 homers, and then he kind of like went cold at the end. So 2 games away, I was at 48 home runs, and in my last at bat with him, I hit a home run, and then he hit his 50th home run in the next game. So like I did it for him. I felt good. All right, yeah, this is the part that's just real tedious sometimes. Tendering contracts, everybody's renewable. It always feels weird doing this part because I don't exactly know what I'm doing. But I think like I doubt this is how it's done in real life. Like you can't just insult these guys just to have a contract offer out there. Actually, though, this kind of deal isn't horrible. Just like locking him up through arbitration for only $1.2 million a year at an 83 overall. Hang on. Do I want to do this? I might just do this. 6 years would take him through his age 32 season. And then we don't have to worry about potentially having to pay him a bunch in arbitration. I'm going to do this. This gets into the green for a 6-year, $9 million deal. We can even backload it. I feel like that makes sense. Yeah, we don't really need options. He'll be good. I'm going to offer this to Bobby Miller. James Wood probably don't want to do the same thing. So this is what I'm talking about. I feel like what I saw other people do on this game is you just want to offer the dudes an offer that they like won't accept and would be very team friendly if they do. But then it gets an offer out there so that they don't get signed by a different team and then you can renew them. I'm still not really sure how it works, but I guess we'll just offer like 10 years at $3.5 million. Like maybe I'm remembering wrong and I just messed something up big time, but I hope not. Okay. I like these more where you don't have to mess with anything. You just kind of spam through it and you're good. I don't know. There's still so much that I don't fully understand. Like I just bumped his salary down by $130K and he's still fully interested. But yeah, I mean, he's probably going to be a big leaguer soon. Leo Blanco, very good for us. So we'll do the same thing. Just knock that money way down. He's like actually not interested at all. I feel bad. Like these are lines of code, but I feel bad for what I'm doing here. What do I want to do about Ayala? Probably the same thing. Insult him. Get him good and angry here, and then we can renew his contract. Evan Carter should be good to just do that too. Brady House, same thing. Yeah, then all these guys we can hopefully go through pretty fast here. Oh, now we're down to Seth Beer. So how are we feeling about MLB 24, guys? You excited? Are we gonna play tonight? You playing launch night, or are we? Or I guess this is early access launch night. So, who here has the what is it? MVP edition, digital deluxe edition? Alex Call. Is he ever gonna get called back up? I really hope I'm not doing something wrong here. Like I could be ruining this entire simulation that I plan on doing by just insulting these guys. Yeah, man, early access drops tonight. 11 Central, it should be. So that'd be midnight Eastern, 9 Pacific, 10 Mountain. If anybody lives in the Mountain Time Zone, I'm kind of convinced nobody lives in Mountain Time. I mean, right now, at least according to my data, we've got 3 viewers here. So how crazy would that be if I'm here in Central Time, we got somebody on the East Coast, somebody on the West Coast, and then somebody somehow in Mountain Time? I feel like I really got to pick up the pace here. I'm like, I was sitting here thinking, oh man, I want to get through like 10 seasons of this and just see how it goes. And now I'm sitting here taking like a half an hour, not even simming through like a week yet of the off season. What did I offer him? Okay, we're good. This dude's not worth that much. How much can we knock down? See, this is just... It says he's looking for 780k, but I can just offer him 200k, and he's like, oh yeah, that sounds great. You're hopping on franchise when you're off work if you're not too tired from working a baseball stadium. Is that, like spring training? Are you working spring training or... Oh yeah, I guess... I always think of spring training being in Arizona, and you said it'll be midnight for you when you get it pre-ordered. So I'm like, how does that work? But there's also spring training games in Florida, guys. But I guess I'm just assuming that's what you're doing. You could be doing anything at any stadium. Okay, I think we're to the point here where I can pretty much just do this. Ooh, and now we're coming up on, okay, Derek Hall here. I'm just not going to offer him anything. I'm just going to let him go. Because I think he's also taking up a 40-man spot. So yeah, we can get another spot cleared up by getting rid of him. Maybe I can release him? I don't know. Well, it's fine. We'll just let it be. Minor League, Greenville Drive, the single A for the Red Sox. But this week is high school games. That's cool. That's cool. That'd be cool for the high schoolers. I didn't play high school baseball, but before I was too bad to not make the high school team, I played some games at, I don't even know if it was an affiliated team stadium, but it was like an actual professional team stadium, and it's just a cool feeling. It's very different seeing like seats behind home plate rather than just like, a pod of metal bleachers. We finally get to the bottom here. All right, now arbitration. This might be even more... Okay, actually, it doesn't seem to be too many people. That's where you saw Yoan Moncada before he got traded to the White Sox. I often wonder what his career would have been like if he never got traded to the White Sox. Like, how much of it was him just not being good enough to live up to expectations, or if, the White Sox ruined him. Ioana's a great person. He signed baseballs for you. That's cool, man. That's cool. As a single A guy. And then, yeah, having him turn out to be a big leaguer at least. I almost said turn out to be like a star or something, but I don't really know if you can classify him as a star. He seems like somebody who should be a star, and then you look at his numbers and it's like, oh, what am I doing here? Arbitration, see, this is just another thing I never know about. The arbitration's going to side with the player every single time. Crochet was good, so he should probably make a little more than he did last year. So that's my offer. For real, because he was signed for $63 million. Yeah, he had. If we could just get 2019 Yoan Moncada back again. He's just smacking baseballs all over the place. Cade Cavalli. See, I just don't know how arbitration works. I don't know what I'm doing here. Because he was worse this year than last year. But, like, I feel like his salary is going to go up. And I got to offer arbitration to people, or else everything's going to get messed up. I feel like this is all I'm going to do here. Sit here, bump it up by a couple, and then... You know what? No. Adone doesn't deserve to get bumped up by a couple. He deserves to get bumped down. He got sent down to the minor leagues. Nick Sandlin has 1 year left of arbitration. I just bump it up 2, I guess. Gore... I mean, he had his best year, so he's probably worth more than 2, bumping up 2. Same thing with Isan Diaz. He kind of went off. I can just put it on an auto. I'm going to do that, but like I said at the beginning, for this first season, since I'm still defending a World Series title, I kind of want to be a little bit more hands-on with what I'm doing and control the team. But if we don't win the World Series, or when we don't win the World Series, then I'm just going to let it go. Do I plan to bring back White Sox all-time team for 24? I do, but in a different way. And it's a way that I haven't really made progress on making sure it happens yet. But basically, if I do, it'll be streamed. And then how I release it as a video would be different. And I still got to work on making that happen. Who is this? Drew Jones. He was good. He probably deserves to make more than that. We'll bump it up to a full $1 million. Make him a millionaire. I also, with White Sox all-time team as a series, like, for one, who cares this year with how the White Sox are going to be? And also, who is there actually going to be to debut? Like, we saw the live series team collection, and it's an 81 overall. Is anybody really going to click on a video of debuting an 81 overall? Do I care about debuting an 81 overall? Probably don't need to give Hunter Harvey that much more. He was in the minors. Same thing with Aranyo. We'll just leave it at the baseline there. I think we're good. We can look at who some free agents are. I think really the only free agents I'd be interested in is any relief pitchers to replace Mantiply, and then maybe like a righty shortstop that hits lefties pretty decently, which it doesn't really seem like we have that. Or Tim Anderson. Tim Anderson's here, and that's exactly what he does, is hit lefties well. He just doesn't play short all that well. But this would be a platoon situation for Abrams, and this might be perfect, actually. You know what? We're going to keep that in mind. We are going to keep that in mind, because he can be a backup infielder who also... He's basically, at this point, just a righty version of Abrams to hit lefties, because Abrams has that high contact against righties. Wait, I wanted to look at relief pitchers. You're very sad the Sox traded Cease. I wasn't as upset by it just because I kind of made peace with it happening months ago. Yeah, it was, I mean, just with how the White Sox are right now, I feel like I'm at the point where I don't even like get upset about things they do. I'm just kind of numb to everything. So I just kind of like can take a step back and just I don't know, just kind of see how it happens. I mean, I'm still excited to watch the White Sox this year just because it's watching White Sox baseball. And there's even that like minuscule possibility that's like, what if they're actually not horrible and they're a team that can come out of nowhere and do something, which we all know isn't going to happen. But there's still the very small chance that maybe like a Mike Soroka returns to form and a couple of these veterans they signed turn back the clock. I sound way too optimistic for how I actually feel, but I don't know. Take it for what you will. Should I sign AJ Puck? You know, we can sim a little bit into the into free agency here, because I doubt anybody I'm looking for is anybody that's gonna be targeted here by many people. So the first thing I want to do, Abrams, he's gonna play short for us against righties, and then I plan on getting James Wood back up, so I'll just go ahead and promote him here. Where am I going? So James Wood's going to be our center fielder against righties. I feel like I wanted to fit it in to have Drew Jones kind of be our all-time center fielder because of his fielding and his speed being really good. But just with how our team is set up, I feel like it just is going to be easier to have a platoon situation. I think James Wood's going to be an everyday starter, though, because against lefties here, we're going to keep Abrams on the bench. What do we have vacant here? Oh, it's just shortstop. So this would be if we sign a guy like Tim Anderson or any righty shortstop, he would start against lefties. But for now, I think the plan will just be moving Garcia to short. We bring Happ into the infield, and then James Wood can play some outfield. I just want to get like the team lined up here. Actually, I'm going to sort it like this just so it's easier to see everybody in their position. There we go. Same thing against righties. Let's just do this real quick. There we go. So, what are we doing next? We have... Yeah, I don't really care about losing any of these dudes in a draft. Who do I have to win MVP this year for the AL? I really haven't given it a whole lot of thought. I mean, now that Shohei's not... Well, I guess he's not really in the MVP conversation for the NL, is he either? Because of his pitching injury. But for so many years, or for 3 years now, it's kind of just been Shohei for AL MVP, unless somebody has an insane historic season like Judge did. But I guess this year it's more open. I mean, I'd love to say Luis Robert, but I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I'd believe myself if I said that. Let's sim a couple days here. Kirk going to wherever he just went, the Dodgers. I don't even know what I want to do here. Like, do I care about free agency, or do I just want to see our guys get called up, you know? Like, there's part of me that just wants to see our young dudes get called up. That's another thing. I wanted to get Adone back in the MLB. But, like, that's our rotation. That's a pretty solid rotation by the numbers. Losing out on Mantiply, all I'd have to do is bring Harvey back up. And then that's a pretty solid bullpen. And then I kind of already said for this. We already brought Wood back up, and then Jordy Barley. He's not a great fielder, but he's actually solid against lefties. He could just start. Should I just do that? Should I just plan on sticking with our team? Not even going into free agency at all? I kind of want to do that. I guess we should make sure people are actually, coming back. All these offers are still standing, so that should make them still renewable. And then I offered arbitration to everybody, so that should be good too. There's really nobody here that I want to commit to keeping long term, at least not yet. I guess Gore only does have one more year, so maybe I should think of him. There's a player in the Orioles farm system, but he isn't in the game. He's a giant, 7-foot tall Jared Beck. There hasn't ever been a 7-foot tall baseball player, has there? Is he, I'm assuming he's a pitcher. Dude, I kind of just want to promote from within. I'm kind of getting set on that here. We might just see how that goes. Everybody's signing everywhere. Yeah. The more I sit here, the more I just want to see our farm system get promoted. Wait, what was this one? 40-man roster. We had space available. Wait, we must have gotten a Lopez back, and he's not on the 40-man, so I will add him. Good thing I checked. I almost just went for it. Yeah, he's a pitcher. He's got to be massive on the mound then. Okay, so yeah, everybody that we offered arbitration to is still on the roster, so we don't have to worry about 40-man for that. So the only thing it would be if I want to add Drew Mendoza, but I don't really feel like I need to. You just want to see him and Altuve besides each other, that'd be good. That would be good. I still, man, I hate that Altuve was on the Astros for that whole thing, and he was kind of like the face of it, because before all that, I loved Jose Altuve. But now it's like, I can't root for the guy. And not even because of the cheating thing, because I know it's come out that, even though he was the MVP, that, everybody says he wasn't as involved with it, but still, he was on the team. He was the main guy for that season. He was just so likable. It's so disappointing. Alright, so we're just going to move on. Free agency 3 is in 3 days. What does that mean? What do we got going on here? Who is signed? Who's still here? I mean, I'm not really concerned with signing anybody, but Chapman's still there. I guess if I do against lefties have that Jordy Barley dude starting, then I couldn't get James Wood into the lineup or Drew Jones, whichever one it would be. This is a good, everybody besides James Wood is an 80 overall or higher. I don't need to sign anybody. What are we missing roster-wise? We have 2 spots open. It's probably just Hunter Harvey here. And then the one more position player. Which I wanted it to be Brady House, but he had so much trouble in his development last year. And he was not good at either level of the minors. Still a 76, but I don't think I'm ready to promote him yet. He's one of the guys who I don't want to mess up his development, so I don't want to promote him too early. But Jordy Barley, it's like I don't really care how he develops. If this is as good as he's going to get, then I'm fine with that. You know, I am. Man, I'm just going to bring him up, and I am set with this team. We might just motor through the rest of this offseason because, like, I don't feel the need to do anything. Can't believe it. I've been sitting here for like 45 minutes just to come to the decision that I'm not going to do anything in the offseason. All sorts of trades happening. I'm hardly even paying attention because I'm just focused on our team, man. Michael King to the Cubs for Romano. Okay. Dude, there's so many trades. Draft lottery. What do we have? Oh, I think we're set, so we don't really have anything that's gonna happen here, do we? Are we good? Okay. Yep, 30th. Oh boy, Rule 5 draft. We don't have to do anything here, right? We just have to participate. Maybe, you know what? Maybe if there's a shortstop or something, an infielder that is better than Jordy Barley, you know, if he is good enough to stay on the 40-man anyway, maybe I'll make a pick. I don't recognize anybody in our organization by name get taken there. So what do we have? Just out of curiosity, what do we have here if I wanted to take somebody? We have a 72 overall shortstop, Freudis Nova. That's what I'm going with. Actually, he might be better than Barley, just because his fielding's actually good. I kind of like for a backup infielder type guy to just be a good fielder, so that when they come in the game, at least they're going to do that well. I mean, I'm actually tempted to take him here. I know I already brought Barley up, but I could just send him back down. I would have no reason for him not to be on the 40-man after this, like, or on the active roster, I mean, because, you know, we have space on the 40-man. I plan on him being a backup all year. Should I just take him? He's not really going to get any better. I don't know. Who would have thought that the 4-time defending World Series champions would make a selection in the Rule 5 draft, but I'm kind of leaning towards it. But that would go against what I was saying, right? Of sticking with my guys. I'm sticking with my guys. I'm sticking with my guys. All right. This might be an interesting season. Oh, Matt Chapman signed somewhere. I skipped through that pretty quick. I think it was the Cardinals. Yeah, 4 years, $58 million. We're just going, man. We are just going. Arbitration hearings are about to start, so we're gonna... Wait. Renewing contracts happens after that, so we're still good. So we got some hearings here today. We've got Mackenzie Gore and Hunter Harvey, and they sided with Gore. They sided with me for Hunter Harvey. I actually won one. Okay. In this one, we've got Crochet, Abrams, and Victor Arano. And they sided with Crochet. See, I was way off on that one. I think I offered him like 3.4. They sided with Abrams, and they sided with me for Arano. So at least I know what I'm doing when it comes to the guys who were in the minors last year. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'm offering them too much, and that's why they're siding with me. Drew Jones for today. They sided with Jones. What's the last one here? Cavalli, Adone, Sandlin, Diaz, and Meneses. This will be some money here. Sandlin got sided with for way more than I offered. Yeah, dude, I so don't know what to offer people in arbitration. Like, it's so bad. Like, the thing that I have trouble with is it's not realistic to real life, because I feel like some of these guys, like, we're gonna see Meneses pop up. There's no way he would only make 2.6 million in arbitration, right? I mean, 2-time MVP, 4 straight 200 hit, 30 homer seasons. He's in arbitration. It's based on how well you play. Like, he's making more than 2.6 mil, but it's just not knowing how high up for me to go on my offer is kind of what throws me off. Because if I was going to be like, okay, it would make sense to offer Meneses maybe like 7 mil or something, and then I offer him 7 mil when they could have sided with him and I'd pay him 2.6. I don't know. They sided with me though for Adon, so I'm like 3 for 3 in our minor league dudes. They sided with Diaz though, and that's it. So our roster's set. We have still over $50 million in available budget. But I think we're good. Wait. How is he here? What? What am I missing? How did we end up with him? I didn't take him, right? I didn't mess up and take him. Transactions? Well, it says I selected him in the Rule 5 draft. I backed out and didn't select him. Well, I guess we have him. I don't know what happened. I don't think I have anything set to auto. Like, everything is still manual here. So yeah, I don't know how that happened unless I hit the wrong button. That's the only thing I can think of. But all right, well, I guess try again next year, Jordy Barley. Well, I wasn't expecting that. So I guess we'll just move on to spring training. No, we won't move on to spring training. Good thing it stopped me again, because I gotta renew my contracts here. So Bobby Miller, $70,000. Okay, this is another thing. I'm not paying Bobby Miller $70,000. We got to keep it somewhat realistic. What's the number? It's like $770K or something like that. We'll do that. James Wood to renew. Yep, we'll bump that down to 770. Leo Blanco, renew. We'll just give everybody that 770 if we can. I feel like that's another thing, is that the contract renewal thing is always been kind of weird. So we'll just, I don't know. Should I even be worrying about realism? Probably not. Seth Beer can make less then. We don't need him to be realistic. Sure, he's a minor leaguer, so he can stay down there. And same thing with Riley Adams. We'll knock that down because he's in the minors. So I think we're good then, right? We have 83 players on the roster, 37 on the 40-man. I don't think I messed anything up and lost out on somebody. I think like everybody's still here. So we're good, right? I don't know why I'm so worried. It's like that random Freudis Nova ending up on my team has me all worried that I've messed everything else up, and we're going to see some other things I didn't want to have happen. Ooh, that's actually another thing I wanted to do. Isan Diaz is our third baseman. Like, he was our third baseman last year. He's going to be our third baseman moving forward. So I'm going to change his position. This is another thing I wish they would do, is actually have some kind of like position change thing in effect for this game, because it feels kind of weird that I can just go in here and this is the only way to do it and say, okay, he's a third baseman now, and then none of his ratings change. But his secondaries, we'll just keep him as what he was able to play before. So that's all I want to do. And then, does it change his overall? I think he was an 85 and now he's an 86. So not really a difference. But yeah, I think we're ready to go into the spring. And there we are. So spring training time. We got, let's make sure this is ordered the way I want it to be ordered here. Not like it really matters in the spring, but you know. And then yeah, I'll fix this back up here. Guess I didn't really need to do that after all, did I? How do we have this? Garcia was 2. Meneses is 4. Probably Diaz 5, because Hap wasn't as good last year. And then, sure, a lot of lefties. Only one righty in our lineup against righties. That's probably good. Against lefties, again, Hap wasn't all that good, so I don't know if I want to lead him off. And then Soto wasn't great against lefties either. Should I bat, like, I don't know, is Drew Jones even going to be good? I think I had Diaz too. Maybe I'll just go back to what I had it. Maybe Hap will bounce back. Who did I have batting 3? Did I have this? Maybe I just had that. I don't know now. There we go. We'll just do that. I'm not gonna play any spring here though. Like we're just gonna go ahead and sim through it. I feel like this is, I don't know, this is going very differently than I thought it would. Like I thought I was gonna be very hands-on, and the more I go here, the more I'm just kind of like letting things go. But maybe that's fine. Yeah, I know who's gonna be on the roster anyway. I don't think we had any injuries, so we're just going to move on. So, are we all good then? Is the roster... Okay, no. The roster is weird. We have Noah Schultz up. So, just make sure he has options. So we'll send him down. Okay, we got to get Hunter Harvey and Ayala up. Then we have one extra player. Who's that going to be? They put... Why is he going on waivers? Like, he's supposed to be on the team. I planned on him being our backup first baseman, and then... that's just franchise mode sometimes. Like, what is Kevin Kendall doing here? Why... Well, like, there's just automated things. Like, even if I try to do or set my roster in the spring, I know when I've done it in the past, it still, like, automatically does things. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's something that's got changed. I don't know. But why Kevin Kendall isn't the one going on waivers and getting sent down and Seth Beer is, I don't know. Obviously, we got to keep Freudis Nova. Alex Call going on waivers. I guess that's fair, too. I didn't realize he was out of options, but I wouldn't have kept him on the big league squad. Evan Carter up, though. I don't know if I want that. Can he? Yeah, he does have an option. So, well, I don't know. I feel like we kind of got to wait to see what's going to happen with Seth Beer now. Oh boy, the more that things happen and just go weird, the more I kind of just want to sim and just get through a bunch of years here at once and do what I like. That's the main goal, is just to get through a bunch of years and see how careers pan out. I was trying to be in control here for year 1 and see if we can sim ourselves another World Series win, but the more and more that's going off the rails, I don't know. Should I just What do we think here? There's not many of you guys left here right now. What are we thinking? 3 viewers that are in here right now. Should I just go for it and just start simming? Just sim our way through this season. I'm thinking that's what I might just do here, just since things are kind of going weird. Yeah, I don't know. Just go for it. Just sim. Okay. That's kind of how I'm feeling too. I'll just set things to auto. Where are we at here? Nope. Mode specific. And yeah, all this stuff we're just gonna set to auto. Except for trades and free agency for now. We'll set that though too. So yeah, this is all good. And then turn critical situations off. So all right, we're set then. I think we are set to start simming. Let's just sim. Let's sim to the end of April first. Let's take it a month at a time here. So let's just take a look. Our opening day roster. We've got the lineup is okay. I want to fix the lineup. Hang on one second. I want to fix the lineup how I want it to be. And then, or they're just going to change it because I set that to auto. Right? Isn't that a thing I set to auto? Lineups and rotations. All right, yeah, we'll just let it go auto then. We'll just let it go auto. Sim to April. See what we've got going on. We still have 27 players on the roster. I thought it would have automatically fixed that anyway, but guess we can just select that. Auto fix it all. Auto fix it all. I normally hate doing this, but we're just going for it. Looks like we've won our first 2 games. Man, you'd think if everything's set to auto, they would just automatically handle it instead of asking me if I want them to automatically handle it. Tigers want to trade with me this early? Okay, hang on. What do we got here? Matt Vierling for Acevedo? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. It stopped the sim, though. We're 5-4. Keep going here. Ooh, that's a big losing streak. Acevedo's hurt now. I guess we'll automatically handle these 2. Auto it all, guys. Come on. I said auto. Why are we not just automatically doing it? Thoughts on MLB The Show 24? Basically, I'm just excited. I'm just ready for it to come out. I know the crowd here is probably more like offline franchise type people, but man, I love the beginning of the game on Diamond Dynasty. Did I do that on my own? I meant to hit auto there. These are a lot of pop-ups. Wow. Just maybe I need to set those last few things to auto and it won't do that. Do we know any tricks here to keep these pop-ups from happening? We're 18-15 after the month of March, which actually for this team is a bit better of a start than I feel like we sometimes get off to. This is a team that doesn't start off hot and then we just heat up down the line. I'm going to see if there's any more settings. I'm just going to... Well, I don't want to turn trades to auto. Like, what would free agency do? Like, to make those pop-ups not happen, you know? Nothing. They would do nothing. So I don't know. I'm just trying to think of if there's anything hidden somewhere. Oh, actually, there might be. Or no, this is for inbox settings. Yeah, so that won't affect what I'm thinking of. Once in a while you play Diamond Dynasty. I mean, it's fun. It does. You do have to devote a lot of time if you want to actually get a good team. So, if you don't like the offline grind stuff, then it's, I guess, a bit of a grind, but it's fun when you get into it. Maybe check the minor league rosters for what? What do we got going in the minor leagues? Is it just to see how players are doing? Because for something like that, I'll do I'll wait a while. Yeah, let's just sim to the next month here. See what's going on. See if we can deal with all these pop-ups coming up here. Adon's hurt. Ayala's hurt. Garcia's hurt. Everybody sprained their elbow in the same game. And they're all coming back in the same game too. Excuse me. Marlins want to trade. So what do we got here? Sixto Sanchez for Jordy Barley. Sixto is only a C potential now. Yeah, I don't see a need to do this. Maybe I shouldn't set the trades to auto, because then maybe they would have done that trade. All right, going back. Man, it's like I got something in my throat all of a sudden. Auto, everything auto. I keep wanting to like control it myself, but no, we're just going auto. I don't want Zapata getting hurt though. Why is Zapata getting hurt? This seems like way more, like, we did not have this much injuries and things to worry about last season. Maybe we just got lucky and this is more how it is, or maybe we're just getting unlucky now. I don't know. We did kind of fall there in month number 2. 28 and 30. About 60 games in. What kind of seasons are some of our guys having? Abrams is horrible. Wow, what's going on with him? Oh yeah, I missed. You said you do no money spent. Yeah, that's the best way to do it for MLB The Show. Like, they make the game so that you don't need to spend any money to be competitive, but it does take a bit of a grind. I guess I shouldn't. It's been a while since I've played Madden now. Maybe I shouldn't talk like I know how Madden works when it comes to no money spent. But back when I used to play, it was like impossible to have a competitive team, no money spent. I mean, it doesn't look like our team is doing that bad, hitting-wise, just at the surface level, besides Abrams. Even this Kevin Kendall dude who wasn't supposed to be here is batting .325. What is going on there? So what's the problem? Cavalli's actually pitching well, so is Adon. For the most part, our pitching is actually doing okay. Maybe it's our bullpen. Yeah, Leo Blanco up to a 5 ERA. That's not like him. I don't know, man. I feel very disconnected just simulating like this. Okay. Let's get back on track here. Let's get back on track. Man, I can't wait for the scouting to be done, because that's a pop-up that won't happen anymore. No money spent in Madden is nearly impossible. That's pretty much why I stopped playing Madden. Like, I always had fun on Madden, and then it got to a point where I was just getting mad because the players I had couldn't keep up with the players from these other people's teams who were just spending hundreds of dollars. That's just not how it is on MLB. Like, just with the way the game is made, I feel like if you're actually decent at the game, you can even load in with like an all gold team, especially at the beginning of the year, and you'll be fine. You'll be competitive. I mean, you see me playing Pack Attack like last year, especially early on, with how the game worked last year and everybody getting high 90s right away. And then I'm stuck using like silvers and just a few golds and diamonds at the start, and I was still able to compete. I mean, it's definitely more difficult than having a good team, but it's possible. So we did kind of bring it back here in June. Still got a couple games to go, but we have kind of gone on a tear. Won our last 2. We're up to 48 and 38. Guess we can just sim to the All-Star break. Okay, we got the Futures game. Let's see what we have here, if we have anybody that I recognize from our team. Okay, it's not telling... Oh, I'm a National League team. I think that's where our players would be. Angelo Curran. He's the #1 starter. That's our guy. Not having an amazing year. Madden is probably one of the worst sports games out there. Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Man, Tuki Toussaint was in this game last year, and I was calling that into question, and now he's back again at age 30. A 30-year-old in the Futures game. It's a shame, too, though, because I used to really like Madden. Like, that was... If you go back, my first videos on the channel are on Madden. Like, Madden was right up there next to MLB The Show for me. Delman Sonnenberg's a starter. He's having some real nice progression this year. Do we have anybody else that I recognize? I don't think so. Yeah, no. We're not gonna, like, go into this at all. I just wanted to see who we had on the roster. First year player draft? Yeah, I'm not bothering with this either. I'll just sim it. Or should... Yeah, I'll just sim it. We don't care. We're just getting through the season. Do we have anything going on here? I thought maybe AAA All-Star or something, but no. This is... Okay, AA All-Star. We do have a player in the Home Run Derby. It's at PNC. I'm not going to play. It's Soto again. I'm not going to play, but I will go into it just to sim it and see who wins. Because if I'm remembering to how franchises worked in the past, it doesn't like actually pop up telling you who won the Home Run Derby. So I want to see if Juan Soto's the one to win it. So I think we just fast forward to the end. Trout won it. Trout's still good enough to have enough home runs to be in it. He beat Soto in the first round with 24 homers. Then he hit 19. Had to win a swing off and then hit 20 in the finals. So I gotta check on Trout now, right? After we head back in, I gotta check on the kind of season Trout's having at 35. Where is he? Where are we at here, Trout? He's down to a 93 overall. He's still hitting 27 home runs. 1,100 OPS. That overall is regressing fast, though. That's definitely hitting him pretty hard. I wonder how long he'll be able to hold out here. 551 career homers. Be interesting. At the All-Star break, you know what? I guess we can see. So we know who won the Derby. We have AA All-Stars. So let's see if we have anybody there. We have, okay, Benito Cabral. He's in our system. 2.03 ERA. Is this dude? No, he's not. I think it's a Peyton Glavin that we have. So Cabral's the only one pitching. Marte's on our team. Alejandro Marte. And Pulido. I drafted him. I don't remember what year. He's batting .340. Dominic is this the same? That is the same Dominic Fletcher. Probably your starting right fielder for the Chicago White Sox in 2024. And here he is, D potential. 29 years old in the AAA or AA All-Star game. Sergio Rosales is also our guy. He's going down against lefties though. Sonnenberg couldn't be a starter. He is. I'm really liking how he's progressing. Almost a 70 contact both ways with that power getting up there a bit now. Plus 8 to his clutch. Might have been a good trade. Still have Drew Mendoza. He's doing good. I think that's it, though. back out here. Sim that. And then we have the real All-Star game. Who do we have that's an All-Star this season? No, or we do have a starting pitcher. Cade Cavalli. Look at him. He's back. He's a 90 overall. He's pitching well. ERA under 3. Any relievers? We don't have any relievers. And Mike Soroka. I mean, I guess I just badmouthed the 2024 White Sox player, so I almost said I can good mouth them, but that just doesn't sound right. Soto's the starting left fielder. Keibert Ruiz, starting catcher. He's definitely bounced back from last year. Already more homers with an over 300 average. And it looks like that's it. Oh, no, we have Diaz and Meneses. Okay. Isan Diaz putting together another really good season. Okay. I wonder who beat him out then for third. And then Meneses, is he still on track? He is. He's doing the same thing he always does. Solid power, 300 plus batting average. I feel like those 77 games is a little on the low end. Like, he's somebody who usually plays every single game. So what have they done to our lineups here? Oh, that's why. Because they haven't... I guess this is what we see when I set the lineups to auto. We see them have Drew Jones with 82 fielding and 91 speed DHing so that we can get Meneses with all of his 52 fielding and 29 speed playing right. Because that makes sense. If I change this, how quickly will it change it back? Alright, let's sim then. Let's keep it simming. Let's go to the end of the month. Keep forgetting to just go auto. Just instinctively auto. Boom. We started on a pretty decent winning streak. I don't have to sign these guys, right? I don't have to sign my draft picks. Or no, since I have contracts manual. Okay, I'll turn that to auto right here. Sign my draft picks for me. Who did we draft? I guess this doesn't help. We'll just wait until afterwards. Okay, keep it on auto. Back to simming to the end of the month. Trades are happening. Lots of trades are happening. It's almost the deadline. Should I stop here? Should I stop and see if we want to make a deadline move? Okay, I guess I didn't stop in time. Or maybe I did. I don't know. No, I didn't. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I guess I didn't set trades to auto, so we didn't have any chance of making a trade, but we're just going. We are just simming. That is the plan here. I'll set trades to auto. I guess I'll just do it now, because it's not like we're going to have that happen this year. So yeah, we'll just have it all auto, and we're just going to coast for a couple more seasons, because yeah, I've already been on for like an hour 20, and we haven't even finished one season yet, and I'm sitting here saying we want to do 10. We're not winning the division though at a 65-47. Let's just go another month here, and we're winning a lot. Definitely winning a lot of games. Losing a few games here. There has to be a way that you can set this up to not get this many pop-ups. Like if I have it set to auto, just do it automatically. There's so many people that just like sim franchises on this, right? They have to know what they're doing. There has to be a way. 79-60 to finish out the month of August. We're a game back of the Braves for the division, and we are out in front in the wild card, but not by all that much, it looks like. Still the number 1 ranked team. Let's just fly through to the end here. I was going to stop and look at stats, but we can just wait until one more month. Auto fix, yep, we'll automatically do that to get our September call-ups here. And we're up to 92 wins. Looks like none of our minor league teams made it to any sort of postseasons. Oh, we're on a losing streak to end it here. We did make it, though. Oh, and we won the division at 95 and 63 for 3 straight years now. We've won the division. So we're heading to the playoffs here. We're taking on the Reds. Let's just take a glance at some of the seasons our guys had. Casas was the one to play every single game this year. What should I sort by here? I'll sort by homers. Soto hit over 40 again, so he's up over 300 on his career. He had another really nice season. Still somehow not a 99 overall, though. So just enough is regressing to keep him from the 99. But 17 stolen bags? What are you doing? Wow. All right. Meneses didn't quite get to 200 hits, didn't quite get to 30 homers. So is the regression finally starting to happen? Look at that, minus 11 to his power against lefties. Over 1,000 hits, though, in his career, and he's almost to 200 homers. He still had a good year. Isan Diaz took his breakout season last year and maybe one-upped it. Maybe not. He had a little bit more power, but he also struck out a bit more. So I guess that's the trade-off. Had a better WAR. Casas, he's kind of just hanging around as like a middle-of-the-road type guy. Not a ton of power. Not like a great average, but solid in both departments. James Wood actually did pretty solid. That's the kind of year we're hoping for out of him. I think I kept him as still a rookie-eligible player heading into this season, so this is definitely a Rookie-of-the-Year level season. If the rest of the field wasn't good enough. 5 wins above replacement. Luis Garcia didn't hit over 300 on his average. We're still sorted by home runs here. I think that's what's throwing me off. Abrams did not have a good year. That's a shame. Brady House got called up at some point. Yeah, okay, we're good. Pitching-wise, what about pitchers? Noah Schultz got called up at some point. Did he actually start games? No, he didn't. He was just coming out of the bullpen. Adone ended up not having a good year. He was off to a good start, but now that's 3 straight seasons with that ERA up over 5. And he was the Cy Young the year before. How does this happen? Nobody was really that great. Even Cavalli, who was the All-Star, kind of fell back a bit. I would still consider that a good year, though. 222 strikeouts, 360 average. Gore did pretty solid. Even these two, ERA just over 4. It's not bad. Bullpen numbers. Crochet with 43 saves. Hicks got himself over 100 innings again. Ferguson had 88 innings. Wow, he got used a lot more. And then Ayala, 114 innings out of him. He's up to an 80 overall with 96 Ks per 9. All right, so we can move on. We can move on to the postseason. What's our postseason lineup looking like? They kept that there at least. Let's see. Can I do that and make it actually like stay like that? I didn't even think to check this side, but they did the same thing with Meneses there. They have Brady House up on the postseason roster. Okay, I'm just, yeah. As much as it like pains me to just see the CPU doing things, I kind of committed to this here to just go for it. So it's all auto here. Postseason time starting in September. It's not, you can't even call it October baseball yet. We have our division series. Actually, you know what? Let's look at that. We didn't look at standings. We won the division by 3 games. We are the 3 seed, so we are in the wild card round. Didn't really clue into that, but we're the 3 seed. We've got to beat Cincinnati in a best of 3. So game 1, Cade Cavalli on the mound. Can he recapture his postseason dominance that he didn't really have last season? No, he can't. We lost game 1. And Leo Blanco has an infinite ERA. What happened? What did we do here? Cade Cavalli. Okay, Cavalli actually did okay, and it really was Leo Blanco. What's up, Wimbo? We're just getting through some simulating here of the Nationals franchise. I'm still only on the first season, so I got to pick up the pace. We might be about to be eliminated, though. You showed up at a great time. You're going to watch the downfall in real time of these Washington Nationals. 4-time defending World Series champions. And if we don't win both of these next 2 games, that streak is over. So we got Yoanna Doan taking on Nick Lodolo for Game 2. The fate of the Nationals is in the hands of the triangle button on my controller right now. And we won. We're still alive. 5-3 win. We still got to do that one more time, though. So the controller, the triangle button on the controller still holds the fate in its hands. We got Mackenzie Gore, Edward Cabrera matchup, and we lost. That's it. That's it, guys. I mean, that's not it. We're still going to sim a bunch of more seasons, but in terms of our Nationals repeating one more time as the World Series champions, that's it. I mean, we couldn't have expected to keep winning, just relying on the game simulating, not being able to control playing the games, but that's the point we've gotten ourselves to. So let's just sim through the rest of the postseason. I mean, at this point, now, especially now that we lost, we can just motor through some seasons here. I didn't even pay attention to who won. The Mariners. How about that? Seattle winning their first World Series ring. Oh man, in Wimbo, if you're still here, you're the one whose Braves I always beat, right? That's always you saying that, and now the Braves don't have to face me, and they still lose in the World Series. At least you got a real-life World Series recently. I mean, we can still consider that recently enough, right? So we move on. Off-season once again. I will not. Can't win them all. It was a good run, though. Sure was. Because we know everything about what they did. I definitely looked at... You know what? Let's take a look at the Braves. Before we continue. See how they're looking here after another year. Let's see. No Hall of Fame inductees again, though. But what is the Braves roster looking like these days? Where are they? Why can't I see them? They're going to be close by. I mean, okay, they still have it pretty much intact. And then they did sign Chisholm, Jazz Chisholm, in the offseason. Oh, this is a good team. I don't know how a team beat this team. Look at all these guys who are above an 80 overall. That's a team. So I think everything... Okay, we still have... The staff somehow was manual, but that can be set to auto now. Just get rid of those notifications. Just make sure once again that everything's auto, because something was manual. Okay, everything's auto here. So yeah, I'm not doing anything. I'm just... Oh, you're the Dodgers fan. Okay, I don't know who I'm thinking of then. That was the Braves fan. But I always eliminated the Dodgers too. I mean, that was more of the rivalry, wasn't it? Because I always ran into them. Who am I thinking of then? That was a Braves fan. I feel kind of bad. I feel like I'm usually good at keeping those of you commenting on my videos like straight on who's who. Yeah. I mean, I'm not in control of anything, so we're just going. Should I just sim off season and see what happens here? I'm thinking we just do that. I think that could be just kind of fun to just sim through the entire off season and then look at the roster after the off season's done and then just see what happened. Yeah, Crochet's gone. There's the first one. He's gone to the Mets. Who else are we gonna lose? I don't know. Oh, no, Mackenzie Gore's no longer interested in our offer. I wonder what the CPU offered him. Luis Robert Jr. heading out to LA. Ozzy Albies going to Seattle. He went to the team that just beat him in the World Series. It's like a Kevin Durant move almost. Nick Lodolo. Oh, Gore. Mackenzie Gore goes to the Nationals for almost $20 million a year. Wow. Didn't really think he was going to end up being that caliber of an arm, especially in the first, 3 seasons. You know what? This is one thing I hear about streamers. They forget to drink any water. And I'm sitting here. I usually drink a lot of water in a day. And I've not taken a sip of any water. So I gotta remind myself to do that. If you hear any thuds, if you hear one of those, that's just me setting my water down. Alright. Moving on here. Draft lottery. We'll just simulate that. Don't have to worry about that. Rule 5 draft, we'll sim that also. I mean, apparently even when I don't sim it, we just end up picking people. Michael Harris went to a different team, so man, we just looked at the Braves, and now their entire team is being dismantled. I haven't seen us sign anybody. I've seen us lose a couple guys that are good enough to pop up, but I haven't seen us bring anybody in. Does it not? Maybe it doesn't show you when you're the team that brings somebody in? So, okay, we're on to spring training. What is our roster going to look like? Our starting rotation, we brought Blake Snell back. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Snell was supposed to be done. Must have brought him back on a 1-year deal. So our rotation is Cavalli, Adone, Bobby Miller, Snell, and Noah Schultz up to an 80. Curran and Zapata are almost ready to go. We have pretty much the same bullpen here, just Arano also got promoted this year. Still have Sir Anthony and Ayala. Lost Crochet. Riley Adams up. Oh, no, because this is spring. So, yeah, he's not up in the big leagues. Do we have anybody else that's going to jump off the page? Okay, a couple new, or at least this dude's a new name. Maybe, no, I was going to say maybe we drafted him, but he's 28 years old, so no. Man, we didn't. We got, no new players. No free agent signings, except I guess technically Blake Snell was kind of a free agent. But he was probably signed in the exclusive negotiating period. We're still the #1 ranked team, though. We didn't go out and sign anybody. We kept most of our team intact. And we're still just the #1 ranked team heading into the next season. So I guess let's just there's 3 names that I wanted to keep up with. Career-wise, to see how careers panned out. One of them was Soto, just because he's on our team and he's young and he has a chance at breaking some records maybe. So 40 homers, 315 in his career. I think we actually looked at this. The other name was Mike Trout. He is down to no longer being the Angels' best player. Still a 92. He had another 40-plus home run season. I mean, his performance didn't even dip. If anything, he had a slightly better year than the year before. Yeah, I'm excited to see what Trout ends up doing by the end of this. The one other name was over on the Twins, assuming he's still there, and it's Garrett Doyle. If you guys don't remember, I'll fill you in. Because Garrett Doyle was in the very first draft within March to October. And he was a generational talent. So I think that meant he was a low 80s overall to start as an 18-year-old with 99 potential. So now he's got 4 years of MLB service under his belt. He's still only 22. He's up to a 94 overall. This dude is... He's going to put together some kind of career, and I want to see how that pans out. But I'm also curious, if we're still a top-ranked team, we're still in the mix to win another title, so the dynasty doesn't have to be over yet. Teams lose in the middle of dynasties. Doesn't mean it's over. We had a pretty average spring here. We can just move on. advancing to the regular season. And I guess we just... I'll just go right to the All-Star break. Gonna have to deal with a lot of pop-ups in a row here. Auto fix everything. Auto fix it all. I already... See, some things the auto is right away, and other things you gotta go down to keep it simming. So here we go. Auto. Oh, I stopped the sim again. I even took a second to look at it. Oh my gosh, these pop-ups. Just let me get through the season, please. I don't even know who's getting hurt there, but I saw 6 months. We are at 500. We finish April 500. You know what? That's pretty much what we typically do. And then we start getting hot after that. The Astros want to make me an offer. See, I have trades set to auto, so I don't know why I'm seeing this. But sure, what do we got here? I don't want to get rid of... I mean, I guess it's not fully up to me anymore, but I don't want to get rid of Delman Sonnenberg. I want to see what this guy turns into. So I'm going to decline that trade. And it stopped the sim again. Oh, no. It's starting to get on my nerves. Joey Meneses. Oh, no. I feel like that might be the big one. We've been waiting to see when it's going to happen, when like his regression's going to really hit. And now he's torn his rotator cuff. He's going to be out for the year. What's that going to do to the rest of his career? What's that going to do to us and our World Series hopes? Because he's always one of our biggest players. Our biggest contributors to success. I guess we just keep winning without him, though. We've won like every game for the last week. Did lose a game there, though. Okay, Meneses, yeah, he's still hurt. He's going to be out for the year game. You don't have to keep popping up telling me what he's up to. It looks like we're starting to put some distance in between our wins and losses. Yeah, we're up to 39 and 31. Almost 10 games over 500. Now, Keibert Ruiz dislocated his shoulder. Our shoulder. We can call it our shoulder. That's our shoulder behind the plate. That's like two of our core players, though. From the start, who was sticking around was him, Meneses, Garcia, and Abrams. And now half of them have had major injuries. I guess he's not out for the year, though. The A's? What can the A's give me that I would be interested in? They want Leo Blanco for some pitcher. Yeah, no thanks. I still don't know why those are popping up. I should probably just not even view trades as they pop up. Just want to see where we're going to be at come the All-Star break. That was James Wood, but he's fine. All right. I just wanted to stop here so that when we start seeing like minor league, I'm just going to decline that right away. I'm not even going to look. But once we start seeing like minor league all-star stuff, I want to see who of our guys are there. It looks like Angelo Curran's the starter. Why are all the players getting hurt? I don't know. This didn't happen in the last year that I controlled. So I'm thinking maybe I just got lucky and now this is balancing itself out. Curran's up to an 80 overall, still in AAA though. But he's getting the start. And Touki Toussaint here yet again. At 31 years old, he's the future of the league. Do we have any hitters? Sonnenberg's back. These seem like pretty much all the same players that we saw last year also. First year player draft, we can sim that too. And then, do we have anybody in the Derby? We don't have anybody in the Derby, so we can skip that. And then I accidentally hit play, okay. AA All-Stars. Do we have anybody here? I'll stop checking this probably after this season. We have this dude, Dustin Sains. Wow. He's not going to be anything, but look at the season he's putting together. That's all that I recognize. I mean, I guess we could technically have other people that I wouldn't recognize at this point. Yeah. Clyde Bench. Actually, I do kind of recognize that name. Sonnenberg's back again. Up to a 68 overall. I think Stevie Boyer, yeah, that was our last draft pick in the last full season that I controlled. He's up to a B potential also. His potential's getting better. That makes that draft pick even better. Look at that power. 14 bombs. Sergio Rosales is another guy of mine, plus 10 contact to lefties. We're going to have some dudes coming up to the big leagues before we know it here. Michael Jang's another one of mine. Giancarlo Bruno's another one of mine. Look at that contact for a 64 overall, 81-71 contact as a switch hitter. I think that's it, though. I don't see any more of my guys. So next should be our real All-Star game. So who's our All-Stars? Who's still good for us without Meneses? Doesn't look like we have any pitchers, but we have Ayala and Ferguson. So 2 relief pitchers. Ferguson has a 1.96 ERA. Wow, look at him go. And then, Ahmed Rosario used to be our guy. Finally having a good season here. We don't have any All-Star starters. Luis Garcia is on the bench, though. 17 bombs by the All-Star break for him. Is he our only All-Star, though? Wow. We only have one All-Star. We're at that point already. We're still a good team. 49 and 41. I guess we have dropped down to the second rank. That's probably because of the Meneses injury. Real quick though, just since it came to mind, who here's been here the whole time? And if you have been here in the chat the whole time, is everything working right? Because there was the 2 things I was testing. One was the ads. Are you seeing any ads? Because you shouldn't be. Also, is the stream running okay with me recording in the background? I forgot. That's like the main reason I wanted to stream this, is to test those 2 things, and I forgot to ask about that at all. So what do we want to do next here? We move on past the All-Star game. I do want to check. I think I wanted to look at who was on the rosters here. And now I can't. But it looked like Zapata, he started. Everything's been working right and no ads. Okay. I mean, I do, like I said, I do have the stream monetized, but it should be set up so that it only shows you an ad when you're clicking in. Kind of like when you start watching a video and you get that first ad popping up, and then after that, you shouldn't see any else. So if that's how it's working, that's how I want it to work. All right, let's just real quick. All-Star break stats. Soto, I mean, he's still hitting for some power, but the average is going down. Casas is finally having a really nice looking year. Isan Diaz, how was he not an all-star? Dude's batting .374. Did I miss something? He definitely should have been an all-star, right? Meneses wasn't actually playing all that well before he got hurt. And Brady House has come up and played insane. Whoa. Okay. Guess we just have some really good third base play on this team. All right, well, I guess we just select to go all the way to the end of the year then. The pop-ups were gone. Wow. I don't know if that was just a coincidence. Nope, they're back. Okay. A trade offer on the deadline. Jordan Hicks for Peter Lambert and Darwinson Hernandez. Neither of them are prospects, I don't think. Yeah, no, why would I do that? What's Jordan Hicks doing? He's not our long reliever anymore. His stamina has dropped down to 60. Well, since it stopped anyway, what do we have here? No long relievers. And Sandlin's our closer. He's up to an 87. Oh, I didn't even realize that. We did re-sign him. So he was another technically free agent back when I said we didn't sign any free agents, and he's going insane as a closer. Bobby Miller also up almost to a 90 overall. What's my favorite feature coming to MLB The Show 24? Like new feature or just feature in general? Let's just sim all the way to the end here. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of what my favorite new feature and feature in general is, and I I don't know. I mean, like, I don't really like care. Like, I know that sounds bad to say I don't care about something and then also say it might be my favorite feature. But like the Jeter thing, the Jeter storyline, I think is going to be really cool, and I think is going to be fun to play. But I also, like, at the same time, I'm kind of indifferent. Like, I don't really care about it, but I also think it's cool. So that's a really weird answer to say that's my favorite new feature and then say I also don't care about it, but that might be. I also don't know. Maybe that's not considered a feature. Maybe that's more of a game mode. I don't know, though. It's kind of tough to say what my new favorite feature is before actually playing the game, because like I don't know how the new features work. Wow, these are a lot of pop-ups. Can we just fix the roster, please? Oh my god, give me one more player on the 40 man. Why can we not do this? Oh, you know what, it's probably because we all right, I might have to hop in here. Yeah, I gotta, because I think what's going on here is they're bringing up a player to add. Why do we only have 73 players total? What's going on? CPU, get it under control. Do I really have to like sign people? What is happening? Dude, this is going off the rails. We're only here in year 2 and everything is breaking around us. I didn't think this was going to be as much of a rocky road as it is. But it just feels like we are having issue after issue with how the game is working. Oh, so what do we need then? We have full rotations. It looks like we have full bullpens. I don't know. Maybe we just need players on the rosters. I don't know. I feel like I have to sign people just to have things not break. I'll sign this dude. Yeah, Jordan Beck, you're a national. Congrats. You know what? I'll just sign the players, and then it should be able to automatically handle it from there. I would hope. I guess we'll sign a pitcher next. Everybody's old, so they're probably not just gonna be minor leaguers. That's a name. So sure. On the name alone, you can get added to the team. And hopefully adding 2 players is enough that the game actually is going to be able to set lineups. Are we good? I think we're good, but we also keep getting injuries. And now we don't have valid lineups again. And now we don't have 28 players on the roster again, so then we don't have valid lineups in AAA. And then they call up somebody from AAA to fix the 28-man roster, and then we don't have players on the roster in AAA anymore. Oh my god. The circle of frustration? I don't know. Why is this breaking? Why do we only have 75 players on the roster? Everything's set to auto. CPU, handle it. You know what? Is there a way I can relinquish control? I don't think there is. I was going to say, if I can just like change my role to not being in control of any team, that would probably fix it, but I don't think I can do that. I think that's something you have to select beforehand, and then you really don't get to, okay. It's not supposed to be in beginner, but whatever. It's not like we're playing. Oh, man. This is not going to plan, guys. This is not working like how I wanted it to work. Yeah, I don't really know what to do here. I can try signing a player again. I guess see if that fixes it. I don't want to sign somebody for that much, though. Alright, we'll add this guy. And then I guess we'll add another position player again. So sure. Gerard Gonzalez. Now are we good to sim? Auto fix the stuff. I think we're good. And then now James Wood fractures his leg. I swear if we lose another player and then it does the same thing again and we can't have a valid roster. Oh man, it says we have to fix it again. Can I just like spam X through this the rest of the season? Like, it's still simming games. I'm just gonna do that. We have like a week to go. Can we just... What am I doing? This is insane. We still win the division though, with everything breaking around us. 92-70 gets us to the postseason for what now? The 6th season in a row? And not only that, but we finish as the 2 seed. How did we finish as the 2 seed with 92 wins? We beat out the Braves. No team had more than 94 wins in the AL. Cleveland had 100. They were the only team in all of MLB to have over 94 wins, and they also had over 100 wins. So, what do we got then? We're facing the Cardinals. I didn't mean to sim already, but I kind of just did. So I accidentally hit the button. He got hurt in game 1. We can replace him? I guess I'll do that. Who can replace him? Probably has to be on the 40-man. Do we even have anybody on the 40-man? I guess Gary Rainey. So that'll be our replacement. Or it says now we have 27 players. I gotta remove him from the roster, I'm guessing. Okay. We lost game 1 anyway. Game 2 with Adone out there, we win. Game 3 with Bobby Miller out there, we win. Game 4 to wrap up the series, we lose. So we're heading to a deciding game 5 with Noah Schultz out there. So we have a full 5-man rotation going, I guess. And we win. Noah Schultz got us the win. So we're heading on to the NLCS. All right. How far can we take this? We lose game 1. We win game 2. Same formula as the last series, but we lose game 3 this time. We also lose game 4, and we lose it big. Got to win out. We win the next one. Can we force 7 games? We can. Game 7 with Yoan Adone on the mound, and we win. We're heading to the World Series. Wow. We're back. 1 season of getting eliminated early, and we're back in the World Series when everything has been breaking around us this year. We've had injuries, we've had roster issues, but somehow we've made it back to the World Series. I was going to look at some stats here real quick, but first thing I'm seeing is Ian Happ made his way back up to an A potential, and he's over a 90 overall again. So good for him. Neither Curran or Zapata are in the MLB yet, and they're both over an 80. What was I going to look at? I wanted to look at Okay, no, it's going to be postseason stats. I want to look at player stats, but I think it's too late for that. I can do it here, though, just at a quick glance. Garcia's still playing well. Happ, we already kind of saw that. Soto got over 40 homers again. And over 300 average. Isan Diaz had a ridiculous year. I never thought he was going to be that good. Especially these first 2 seasons when he was on the bench. And he wasn't good. Casas was good. Ruiz still playing around the same level. Brady House kind of cooled off. Drew Jones playing around the same level. I don't know who Casey Martin is, but I guess he's our center fielder now as a shortstop who can't even play center field. This is our bench for the World Series. Also, Dalton Guthrie's here. Heston Kjerstad is here. Jordy Barley made his way back with a -10 to his contact against lefties. What is that? Okay, can I fix this, please? I don't even know what to do. I'm sitting here at a loss. This guy should not be in center field. Oh my gosh, you'd think the CPU would be able to handle the most basic things. I had no idea that this was going to be this frustrating to see the CPU not know what it's doing. I thought we were just going to be able to sim through some seasons and then just see the results, but man, it is just not working right. I guess I'll just move Drew Jones to center and put Heston in over Casey Martin so we don't have anybody out of position. Looks like we're good against lefties. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have changed anything. Obviously, having Martin in center field out of position got us to the World Series. The CPU is dumb, Mike. I wish I knew how to make it undumb. I don't think I've ever done anything like this. Like, I've played franchise where I sim most of the games or all of the games, but when I do that, I'm usually still, like, in control of everything instead of just wanting to see how the season ends. So I've never had to deal with this, but if this is how it always is, I understand why people would get frustrated. Let's just see how this World Series plays out then. Game 1, Bobby Miller out there, and we lose again. I think we've lost game 1 of every series, so we got him right where we want him. Game 2 with Blake Snell, we win. Game 3, we win 11-3. Okay, Evan Carter can't come back anyway. Cavalli out there for game 4, and they tie it up. Adone for game 5. We have the lead. We just need to win one more game at home, and we'll win our 5th World Series ring of this Nationals universe here. Just taking a break of 1 year, not winning it, then coming right back. Bobby Miller, he gets us the ring. The Nationals have won the World Series again. The dynasty continues on. 15-5 is how we finished it also. Dominating fashion. Look at who came out to play today. We got 17 hits on the board with 5 walks. Bobby Miller went 7. Well, man, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was on the verge of giving up on this and saying I don't want to sim another year with everything that's been breaking down. But now that we won another title, I feel like I have to do at least one more year, right? So I guess we'll just advance to the offseason and see what happens. Our contract has come to an end. I mean, we're going back to the Nationals. Yeah, okay. It was the minor league affiliates were weird, but we're still good. On the right team. So we're coming back. Nobody's retiring on our team. Do we still have Trout? I think he's no way he would have ended up as a free agent. Anybody want to make the Hall of Fame this year? We haven't had a single new Hall of Famer yet. We do have a new one this time. Paul Goldschmidt makes the Hall of Fame. All right. Trout tore his calf. Wow. It took almost another decade, but that calf strain came back and got him again. So did Trout even play? Because that was dated like March 30th. Okay, no, he played. He played 92 games. Still managed to hit over 20 homers, but he's down to an 86 overall. I think he'll probably still get to 600 home runs, but I don't think we'll see the 761 that a chatter said earlier. I forget who it was. I could probably scroll back. Was it Zach Katz? Was that who it was? Yeah. I don't know if you're still here, Zach, but if you are, I think your Trout's going to beat mine. So I almost feel like I should do something here just to make sure we have enough players. Okay, you know, I'll sim the first chunk, and then once we get into free agency, maybe I'll just try and scoop up some like young players. So we're in free agency. We only have 74 players on the roster. So yeah, I'm gonna see if we can just like, are there even any young players usually, or maybe you gotta wait. Maybe that's, yeah, okay. I'm remembering now. I think you gotta wait until like December, and then there's some random young players that just kind of show up. So everything is being handled, hopefully, by the CPU right now. Oh, we signed somebody. We signed somebody that actually popped up as a big signing. MJ Melendez. Probably don't need a catcher with Keber Ruiz still an 84 overall with a couple years left, and then Rosales almost ready to go. But an 89 overall catcher is not bad. He's been fine. He's been okay. But that's like the first big signing we've seen our CPU GM make. We got another, okay. We traded away Sir Anthony Dominguez and Michael Zhang and got Camilo Doval. I'm fine with that trade, especially if we just signed a new catcher. I mean, Michael Zhang then as a prospect doesn't have as much value, and Doval was somebody I almost went after back in the last season of the franchise when I was playing it, so that's fun. Mookie Betts goes to the Astros for, okay, he's down to an 86, but still just for a straight up 31-year-old 8 or 78. Don't know about that one. So we're still going here. Yordan to the Dodgers. Why do I feel like that's realistic? CPU's actually doing something. I hope they're actually doing. Oh, okay. Wait. Yeah, you're right. CPU's actually doing something. Gunnar Henderson now coming to Washington. 95 overall. Where are they breaking these moves out of here? Wow. 27 years old as a free agent up to a 95. He really hasn't put up great numbers. But I think that's just because his fielding is so high, so that's why his overall is so high, because his hitting isn't like crazy good. It's good, but it's not like crazy good. So, okay. Our team's going to look pretty interesting, especially if some of these young pitchers start coming up, if we make some room. It looks like we don't have Blake Snell anymore. I thought the CPU, or no, they only signed him for the one more year. Okay, so that was what it was. It was Sandlin that they signed long term. So, okay, we'll sim past this day. And I feel like after this is where those young players are going to be in free agency. But what are we? We're up to 76 players on the roster. So that, or what, wait. Yeah, 76. So I still feel like that's not really enough. So do we have any just like random young players here? Not young, but some in their 20s. I don't know. I feel like I should sign some of them just so that like this weird roster thing we had going on last year doesn't happen again. So I don't know. We'll sign a guy from South Korea, or at least offer him a contract. I might just offer like one from every position, just so we have all of our bases covered. Probably gotta go a little further down here. Anybody in their 20s? 21? That's pretty young. We'll offer him a deal. Anybody? We probably don't need. Yeah, we got 2 pitchers already. Oh, I saw a 21 here. All right. Alberto Zepeda. You get an offer. I just want to make sure that our season doesn't kind of get derailed by roster issues again. I recognize this guy. He was in our organization for a while. Let's bring him back. Let's see if he wants to come back for 30K. 19. Hopefully he can stick around for a while then. And we don't have to worry about that anymore. Wasn't this dude... No, that is the same dude. Wasn't he on the Nationals and was actually supposed to be decent? Or not Nationals. Astros. This last year in real life. And he was supposed to be decent? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of someone else. Sure, this dude's 27, so that works. We got some infielders. We can move on to some outfielders. $19. Oh, this dude is an A potential. But we're going to go with Tim Conrath instead. Oh, we landed on the right guy there. Another 19. Okay, hopefully this was all enough here. Oh, man, I didn't realize I'd see this, too. We have some outstanding offers. We want to bring in McCarthy. Still trying to bring Abrams back. He had 20 homers last year. Where did that power come from? Look at that. Look at that progression. Why couldn't he do that when I was still in control? Power's up over 50. Contact against lefties is almost up to 60. He'd be on the verge of being the everyday starting shortstop at this point if we didn't just get Gunnar Henderson. We still need to bring Casas back too. And Meneses. Meneses is up to 36 years old. Still an 84 though. Still kind of holding strong relatively. 1 homer away from 200 career. And then it's just, yeah, all my offers. So let's see what happens then. I don't know. I guess Jake McCarthy was a high enough overall. It probably would show up for us. Let's just see. Okay, no. Jake McCarthy signed to a different team. Do we have any more? We did get Casas back, it says. Looks like we signed a bunch of those random guys that I offered contracts to. So hopefully our roster is built up enough for weird stuff to not happen again. And it looks like that's it. Oh, we extended Cavalli, 5 years, 87 mil. We extended Luis Garcia for another 4 years. Okay. Oh, we signed Oscar Gonzalez also. I guess last year I just kind of wanted to see what the roster was looking like after everything. So maybe I shouldn't have looked at that right then. What am I doing next? Rule 5 draft. We'll sim that. Benintendi went back to the Yankees. We can just sim the rest of the offseason here, right? Vaughn to the Rangers. O'Neal Cruz to the A's. 89 overall, and he's signing for 5 years, 64 mil. Spencer Strider to the Giants on only 4 years, 46 mil. Gorman to the Royals. Bellinger's still hanging around, 85 overall to the Reds. Abrams did not come back. He's going to the D-backs. That's probably fine with getting Gunnar Henderson. Didn't really have a spot for him anymore. Wow, a lot of moves here happening late. Jose Ramirez. Oh, he's to the point of signing a 1-year, $4.4 million deal. We lose Victor Arano from waivers. I've never seen that happen before. All right, maybe also this was something. No, that's still set to auto also. So the CPU should have handled that. Okay, so that's not why we had a low number of roster people last year. So I guess we'll keep going then. What are we looking like? We have... Okay, now we have 93 players on our roster. So now we have a surplus. I don't know. As long as it works, as long as we can get through a season. Let's sim the spring, see what our opening day roster is looking like. And maybe we have a shot at continuing this dynasty. I mean, we're back to rank number 1. We got to actually advance to the season, though. All right, and what's our opening day roster? We have Isan Diaz playing third, leading off. Hap still there. Soto DHing. Meneses came back. Didn't see that. Garcia, Casas, Gunnar Henderson. They're still starting Ruiz over Melendez. And then James Wood is your starting center fielder. Look where he's at. He's up to an 88. And then we have Brady House, Drew Jones, Melendez, and Carter on the bench. Look at how good this team is, dude. Starting lineup, our lowest players are 84 overalls. And then on the bench, everyone's over an 80. That's insane. I don't know if I could have built a team this good. What about the pitching then? We have Curran and Zapata got called up. And then we have Adon, Cavalli, and Miller. Schultz has now moved to the pen. We got Doval, but he's not the closer. And then besides Tony here, the rest of our bullpen's pretty much the same as it's been. We have a stacked team. I was not expecting to see this, but we do. We came back after winning the World Series, made some moves, and put ourselves in a spot to win another one. So let's head to the All-Star break then. We'll sim to here, and hopefully I don't get annoyed by... Oh, there's no pop-ups anymore. So what's the difference? What did I do? I mean, I much prefer this. Look at how quick this is going. We can just watch that win total climb, and I don't have to do anything. Why couldn't this have been how it was? I don't understand this game. We finally have something popping up there, but I don't recognize who those are, so it must just be some sort of prospect swap. Yeah, I wish I knew what changed here, that it just is letting things happen without me having to say auto handle this injury and go ahead and automatically handle scouting. So we're 51, or I guess we're not at the All-Star break yet, so let's keep going. You know what? I don't care anymore. I just want to see who our actual All-Stars are, and then we'll go from there. We do have someone in the Home Run Derby. Who is it going to be? It's Soto once again. He made it back. I think we're good, though. I don't think we have to go in to see if he wins it. Doesn't really make a difference if he does or not. But I will see if we have any All-Star, or we do have to have an All-Star. So who is our All-Stars going to be? For probably like the 9th straight year, the All-Star game's taking place in T-Mobile Park. We have Bobby Miller, made it as a starter. And then I don't think any of these relievers are on our team. There's a 67 overall that made it, though. And then hitting wise, we have Soto. Do we have anybody else? Do we not have anybody else? Okay, I guess we just have the one pitcher, the one hitter. Soto still is our star player. So I'm just curious then. How do we have a pretty solid record, 15 games above 500, but only have 2 All-Stars? Soto has... Okay, we already knew he had 28 home runs. He's got a career going. Like, man, it feels like he's just getting better and better. Sorting by average, I mean, man, it's still some of the same dudes putting up numbers. Gunnar, Henderson, and Melendez are, I mean, they're not doing great, but they're also not doing terrible in their first year. Carter's struggling, even though he hasn't played much. Happ is struggling. Or wait, pitching. I'm curious about that too. I want to see our new guys. Curran's doing all right as a rookie. Zapata, not so much. Adone, I didn't even look at what he did last year. I guess that's technically better. And he's still doing the same thing. But now we're on 5 years in a row of Yohan Adone being underwhelming after a Cy Young award. What's Doval doing after the trade? Oh, he's not doing good. All right, interesting numbers. So I'm guessing that this should be nice and easy to sim to the end here too, if that first half was as easy as it was. So we're still going here. Okay, the only things that's popping up to tell me are big trades, which is fine. I didn't see any big trades for us, but that doesn't mean we didn't make any trades. We are, whoa, that was a winning streak. We're over 30 games above 500, or we were, and now we're on a losing streak. Almost to the end of the season here. Ooh, okay, we still made the postseason. We did not finish strong, but 93-69 gets us back to the playoffs for 7 straight years. Is that what it is now? Is that what we're up to? I think we've finished with over 90 wins every single season. Okay, I think that was 7 years. We are the 4 seed, and we're facing Miami. Philly won our division by 1 game. We missed it by 1 game. We're still the number 1 ranked team. Number 1 contact, power, and pitching. So I guess let's just, or should we see the postseason roster? Should we just check? It's looking pretty similar. What's Meneses doing at the end of another full season? 25 bombs. The average is dipped. The regression's hitting him. I don't know if he did enough early in his career to like be in any sort of Hall of Fame consideration. Soto finished with over 40 homers again. Is there anything else I really care about? Garcia with 28 homers, finding a power swing there. Drew Jones up to a 90 overall. So is James Wood. I didn't really notice that. Let's just go here. Let's just see what we've got going on. 3-game series. I think we lost the wild card series. I think that was how we lost our first playoff series 2 seasons ago. So let's see if we can do it this time. We come out, lose game 1. Not what we wanted to see. Game 2, we win. So we force a game 3 with Adone on the mound, and we win, so we move on. All right. We're still alive. We still got hope. Continue the dynasty. On to St. Louis for the division series. We lose game 1. That's kind of a tradition at this point, it feels like. We also lose game 2. We don't want to see that. And then we lose game 3. So we get swept by the Cardinals to end our hopes at repeating. Still doesn't have to mean the dynasty's over. I guess we can keep going because that last season was actually nice and easy. So makes me feel all right about continuing on here. But we do want to check on these couple of players. What's Trout down to? Down to an 80. Oh, man, he's losing it. Still hit 36 homers, though. But the slash line finally dipped. He's up to 624 bombs, but I don't know how much higher he's going to get. He played in every single game, though, so that probably means he is down to just being a designated hitter. Who else? Garrett Doyle. Is he still? He's not, or no, I was on center fielders. He is still on the Twins. He's still not a 99 though, but he hit 34 homers, so he's up to 181 by age 23. I think he's about to be a free agent though, if they don't re-sign him. A 23-year-old free agent. That's insane. I didn't even really think of that. So, we'll just sim the rest of the postseason here. The Twins defeat the Phillies. So now on to the offseason. Let's see if anybody retires here. Still nobody major retiring on our team. Trout's not retiring yet. Any Hall of Famers? Garrett Cole makes the Hall of Fame. Finishes only 21 strikeouts shy of 3,000 for his career. So I guess we just sim again. I feel pretty good about how last off season went, that I don't really need to control everything. So you know what? I'm just gonna hit sim off season then. I don't think I need to really do anything. I can just sit back. Sit back and see how things play out here. I'm sure it'll pop up telling me, unless he just re-signed with the Twins, it'll pop up telling me what happens with Garrett Doyle, because I am interested in that. Is anybody going to sign for us, or did we waste all of our money last year? We haven't seen anything happen with our team yet. I haven't seen Garrett Doyle yet either, unless I missed something. It actually didn't really register, but Charlton Francis was another guy from that very first draft, and he signed with Miami. Oh, and Nick Sandlin. I was focused on going back and focusing on Charlton Francis. I didn't even realize, I think we just traded away Nick Sandlin. I hope that doesn't mean we're like heading into a rebuild or something. Drew Jones is gone. We didn't bring him back. Uh-oh. Is our team crumbling? We're not bringing anybody in, and we've lost a couple names. Garrett Doyle signs with the Red Sox. Doesn't even sign for the max. $25 million a year for 9 years as a 24-year-old free agent. Isan Diaz is gone now to the Padres. So let's sim through the spring, see what our roster is looking like heading into season number 8. We had a really good spring. So what do we got here? Opening day roster: James Wood, Oscar Gonzalez. Okay, he's working his way back to the big leagues. Soto, Happ, Garcia, Casas, Ruiz, Gunnar Henderson, Brady House. So we still have, that's still a good team. Like, we're still fine. We should be at least. Alex Fry Planes. I've never seen, maybe Alex Fry? I don't know. That's a new one for me, a new name. How about our pitching? Pitching, we still have the exact same rotation. Adon's still hanging around. We re-signed him. Why would we do that? Why would we give him that much money to come back and have a 5 ERA for another 5 seasons? I don't know. Not a move I would have made, but I guess loyalty. Bobby Miller's up to a 92. I traded Ahmed Rosario to get him. That's looking like a better and better trade. Our bullpen is starting to look a little different. We got some new names out there. Joe Barlow, Chris Flexen, Cabrera. Still pretty decently rated, though, most of these guys. But Sandlin's gone. Ayala's our closer now. He must have been hurt last year because he hardly pitched. So, all right. Let's sim another one. Going into the All-Star break straight away. And it looks like, yeah, we're just able to go through it again. No pop-ups blocking me from continuing. Look at the season we're having. 30. Wow. Wow. Look at that win count climb. 50 wins before 70 games. This looks like my Padres March to October. Oh my God. I was legitimately saying, as we were losing some of our players, I was like, oh, I hope we're not heading into a rebuild. Not even close. Look at these numbers. Wow. So we're heading into some of our players. So we have more than one, but we're heading into the All-Star break with 65 wins, I think it was. We have 2 players, the top 2 home run hitters by a lot. James Wood and Juan Soto. James Wood has 36 home runs by the All-Star break. Are you kidding me? I have to look. What do we have happening right here? Wow, okay, so home runs aren't going crazy besides those 2. But oh my God, James Wood. The true breakout season. And then Soto still just going crazy. Like, he does not slow down. He might have his best season yet with us. Dude, Evan Carter's batting over 300. We've got MJ Melendez batting over 350. Our whole lineup is good. Gunnar Henderson. Didn't even recognize that, but he's having himself a season. Our pitching also has got to be good, right? Yeah, Bobby Miller's having a good year. Curran's doing really good. Valencia's up now. He started a few games. Zapata's even doing all right. It looks like Cavalli's hurt. Look at Ayala. Oh my God. 29 for 29 in save opportunities, and he's given up 1 run. What are we seeing here? What kind of a season are we seeing? So how many All-Stars are we going to have? What am I about to see here? Another one at T-Mobile. We got Bobby Miller. Nobody else, though, from the starting rotation. We got to see, yeah, Ayala's the all-star closer. Still seeing a lot of familiar names here. Helsley, Bautista, Hader. They're all starting to get up there. And then we have, oh wait, no, we don't have Isan Diaz anymore. But he's still an all-star. But we do have Juan Soto. He's finally up to a 99. I didn't even notice that. We have James Wood. Those are the only starters. Kind of surprised. And Gunnar Henderson also makes his way in as a reserve. So is that 5 All-Stars? I'll take that. I really hope we don't just like fall off here at the end. I want to see what this team ends up doing. So let's sim to the end. And we pick right back up where we left off. Look at all those wins out of the break. Garrett Crochet bouncing around, former Nat. I think it said he had a 6+ ERA though, so maybe we got rid of him at a good time. Looks like we don't make any significant trades. 80 wins, 85 wins, 90 wins. We still have a month to go and we're almost at 100 wins already. There's 100. 108 by the end of the minor league season. And with a week to go, we end up 112 and 50. Wow. I thought that was the kind of record you only see in a March to October when you spend the entire year with a full momentum bar. So what did we finish with? What did our stats finish with on some of these guys? James Wood hit 51 home runs. How did his power only go up +6 though? 51 homers. 945 OPS. 8.6 wins above replacement. I wonder if he was actually playing center field. Soto with another 40+ homer season. 330 average. Dude, Soto is going insane. Garcia with him, he can't quite hit 30, but he's really getting some power, good power seasons here. He's been so good. Luis Garcia has put up numbers his entire career for us. Casas still good. Brady House had a pretty good season. You can't overlook 24 homers, 276 average. Carter also, oh my god, I didn't notice this either. 20 plus homers for him with a 311 average. He's up to an 87 overall. Hap had a great season. I mean, everybody had a great season. We won 112 games. All of our pitchers, Adone still our worst pitcher, but when your worst pitcher has an ERA barely over 4, that's a very good thing. What did Ayala finish with? Okay, he didn't finish with as crazy numbers, but still 50 saves, 2.25 ERA. Do we have any injuries heading into the postseason? Just Leo Blanco. What's Soto's career total homers? What was it? I think it was like 440 something. 447 at 31. I was so close to giving up on this sim, guys. But now that it's actually going faster, I feel like I have to do it for Soto to see where he's going. But I guess with that in mind, I should check on our other guys. What's Trout doing? He was down to an 80 last time we saw. Now another season behind him. He's down to the worst center fielder on their roster at a 74, and he got hurt. Only put up 8 home runs, tore his Achilles, only played 25 games. I gotta think that's it. 38 years old, you tear your Achilles. I mean, in those 25 games, he was still really good. But, I don't know. Maybe he comes back from that, maybe not. It'll be interesting. What's Luis Robert doing, just since we're here? Okay. He's doing good. Who was our other guy? He went to the Red Sox, right? Doyle? Yeah, he got hurt too, though. Still played most of the season, but he's up to 30, or he got 30 homers, up over 200 career, 1,000 hits. All right, so moving on. Oh, we're already in the playoffs. All right. We're facing the Braves in the first round. Bobby Miller to start. He loses game 1. 112 wins, and we lose game 1. Win game 2. Game 3 is another win, and we win game 4. All right, so we come back, win 3 straight. Move on. We face the Cardinals. I know they knocked us out. Was it last year? Was it just last year they knocked me out? Maybe we actually win game 1 for once. Hey, there we go. We did. Game 2 is a loss. Game 3 is a win. 4 is a loss. 5's a loss. Uh-oh. Gotta win 2 more in a row to keep going. 112 win team, and we're on the brink of being eliminated. We're still alive. Game 7 with Adone on the mound. 14 scoreless innings in the postseason. And we lose. No. Oh, no. I really thought we were going to come back to do it, but now that's 2 seasons in a row not winning the World Series. I know we keep making the playoffs, but is the dynasty still active? Can you still consider it a dynasty? I mean, it's been a long time. Maybe it'd be a couple different dynasties at this point, built into one. But all right, let's keep it going here. Cardinals ended up winning the World Series. It was a legendary season. You hate to see it end that way. All right, advancing to the off season. And I think we're just going to... Okay, we got to see our... We had Scott Kingery. Wow, he did make a comeback in 2027, and then that was it. That's kind of funny. Are we going to see Mike Trout, though? He doesn't show up here. But are we going to see him... Well, I'm not going to go through it all. Tim Anderson retired down to a 55 overall. Any Hall of Famers? No Hall of Famers, so that means Trout's still around. Those high win teams rarely win at all. I feel like that's baseball, though. That's how it works. I mean, you go to the postseason and everything's reset. It feels like no matter how good the teams are, you know, when it comes down to just a best of 5 or best of 7, it's a much more even playing field. That's why it probably doesn't make much sense for baseball to keep expanding the playoffs, because it's like you play 162 games to get some distance between who the good teams are and who the good teams aren't, and then you reset them all 7 teams aside or 6 teams aside and put them on an even playing field. That's why we saw the Diamondbacks make it. I mean, I'm not complaining. It was fun to watch their run, but are they really a team that, you know, should have even been in the postseason? I'm not saying they shouldn't have been. I'm just saying it's an interesting debate. So I guess, yeah, we just go ahead. We're just totally in sim mode. No reason to even really pause here unless we see anything happen for us. Colson Montgomery was up to a 95 overall. You think at this point Trout should retire? Yeah, I mean, he's probably done after that Achilles tear, down to a 77 or no, 74 overall he was. We're not signing anybody. We made a trade. I mean, we're down to the point where there's a lot of fake people, so I won't know if any trades are like good or not. Yeah, we're not signing anybody though. I mean, I guess as long as we keep most of our guys around after a 112 win season, you'd think we'd be fine. I'm curious to see though what our opening day roster is going to look like. Already into spring training. We'll sim it again here. Looks like I'm seeing some of the same names starting. We might have the exact same rotation for another year. So let's see. I want to look at the rotation first. We do. We have the exact same rotation for I think 3 years in a row now. I mean, that's kind of fun continuity-wise to have the same players you're rooting for. MLB makes so much money from the postseason, so they'll probably never go back. But like the World Series itself, people kept saying, "Oh, it was like the least watched World Series ever." So I don't know. It depends on what you want. I guess when it's the business aspect of MLB, whatever makes the most money is what they want. But it's almost like the trade-off. Either you have a more expanded postseason, more teams make it, and I guess in that aspect you make more money, or no. So yeah, okay, you have that, but then also that comes at the expense of maybe having less exciting teams in the World Series, so the World Series itself doesn't have as much viewership and doesn't make as much money. Because that's kind of what happened this year. You had a more expanded playoffs, but then it ended up being 2 teams that weren't as interesting to more casual fans, so it didn't get much viewership. Again, I'm not saying I know the right answer. I think it's an interesting topic. I didn't look at the batting order, the roster here. We still have largely the same team. Aside from a couple call-ups, Alonso Acevedo finally, or he got called up for a bit last year. What's the worst World Series? Man, I don't know. Before 2005, I mean, I was too young to know what was going on in baseball, and I'm not that good of a baseball historian to just know, like, off the top of my head, oh, you know, the 1971 World Series stunk or anything like that. I have heard, though, where did I see it? I think it was a video. I wish I remember who made it. But there was a video I watched, and I think they called the 2007 World Series between the Red Sox and the Rockies. They said that was the worst one. I don't know. I remember, though, as a 7-year-old just fan of baseball, I feel like I remember enjoying that World Series, but I also don't remember like anything specific about it. I don't know, though. I feel like if you're like a baseball fan and not just like a casual fan, I feel like we've gotten some good World Series lately. Even if they're not necessarily matchups you want to see, I feel like for the most part, it's been exciting. We're having another good year here, guys. Maybe not on the level as the year before, but if we win this last game, we get 60 wins again before the break. We do win it, so a 60-31 record. We have another player in the Derby. Is it going to be Soto? It's going to be Casas. For you is the 2020 World Series. Really? The worst one? With all the Randy Arozarena stuff and that, what was it? The Game 3 walk-off with Brett Phillips? I don't know. I found that one pretty fun. I mean, I guess the circumstances around it might have made it less fun. You know, not a full crowd, even though they did get some people in the stadium. Shortened season, the whole Mickey Mouse thing. How many of you watch, though? Because I guess if you're only, it's between that and maybe a couple others, then maybe I would understand a bit more. What are we doing here? Oh, yeah. Okay, I wanted to see stats first. That's why I backed out. I'm sitting here like, why did I back out? But it's because I wanted to see stats. Baseball is very regional, unless you are the Yankees or the Dodgers. If you live in Florida, you probably can't name 3 players on the A's. But that same person can probably name multiple players on the Raiders. I think that's because of the schedule. Like, it's much easier to pay attention to every football game, or at least know what's going on in every football game, because every team only plays 17 games and they play once a week. In baseball, you really can't follow more than your own team. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just agreeing with you because that's what makes it regional. You kind of got into baseball back in 2019. So, yeah, you don't have many to pick from, and I guess between the 2019 one going 7 games, 2020, what was 22? That was the Astros Phillies. No, yeah, that was a good one. So yeah, I guess I can see 2020 being your least favorite. Going forward, viewership is going to continue to go down, especially TV. I would agree with that too, especially with social media and everybody. You don't feel like you need to watch the entire game when you can just see what happened and see the highlights after. That's kind of what's happening. I don't know who of the 4 or 5 people here follow WWE at all, but that's kind of what's happening for them. Is like, business-wise, they're making the most money they ever have, but their TV viewership just continues to tank, and you keep seeing, it's the lowest viewed episode ever. And it's just because, like, people aren't watching the entire thing because they just catch the highlights. We want to see All-Stars. We want to see All-Stars. We don't have any starting pitcher All-Stars, but Rex Daly, as a rookie, is an All-Star relief pitcher. We also have Ayala back. Man, he is really flourishing now that he's the full-time closer. Hader's still hanging around, too, as an All-Star, 36 years old. And then Juan Soto again. Not the same crazy home run numbers, and he's regressing a little bit. Casas, an All-Star, up to a 97 overall. I actually didn't notice that. Whatever year the Rangers and Cardinals played was a crazy fun World Series. As a person who didn't care about either team, that was 2011. I don't remember watching that. I remember watching or maybe I don't know. Like, obviously I remember what happened. You had the David Freese stuff, the tying double, and then the home run to walk off Game 6. James Wood and Luis Garcia also All-Stars here. Almost forgot to pay attention to the game. But yeah, that was a good World Series. Even me, as not being a fan of the Cardinals, and especially not being a fan of the Cardinals because they knocked out the Brewers, and that was my favorite team at the time. But you can't help not just finding the whole David Freese thing just awesome. All right, past the All-Star break, let's make it to the end here. Ben Ramos, he was on my team at one point. I drafted him and I traded him away. That was all the way back into March to October. I wonder if we make any trade. Astros get another trade to go through. Drew Jones heading back to the D-backs. Robert Hassel, he was another former National, or never made it to the Nationals, but he was in the organization for us. 75 plus wins now. I mean, we're looking like we're heading back to, I'm losing count now. Is it going to be 9 straight postseasons? 100 wins again. Oh, I accidentally stopped simulating. Okay. And we do. We win our division again, 103-59. It almost doesn't seem as good with the kind of season we just had the year before. So what do we have? Who popped off here? Costas almost got to 200 hits. Wood ended up with over 30 homers again. Also almost got to 200 hits. Soto still managed to hit over 30. Up to 477 career, so he's going to get to 500. And then just a lot of other solid seasons around it. We had Angelo Curran was our best pitcher. It just dawned on me. I keep forgetting I haven't looked at any awards. I have no idea if our guys have won any awards. I bet James Wood won MVP. I guess that's another feature we're going to see next year is they're going to add a little tab like on the end here after quirks that shows awards. That would have helped us out here. A lot of good pitching besides Adone. Once again, who could have seen that coming? Man, Gary Rainey, too. His first full season. A potential up to an 87 overall, and he has a 1.20 ERA. Jose Ayala with another 42 saves. Sub-2 ERA. The best World Series was or that you've watched was either 2019 or 2022. Let's call it 2019, just since we're with the Nationals, and they won that one. I mean, personally, I don't have any stakes in that. But just since we're here, we're in the Nationals spirit. All right, so another playoff series. We got to take on Miami. Bobby Miller's still our ace on the mound, and we're still losing game 1. But we got to make the comeback. We lose game 2. We got to win 3 in a row. We win the first one. We win the second one. Come on, what do we got here? We win. Oh my God, we did it. You go down 3-0 or 2-0 in a best of 3 and come back and win the next 3. That's crazy. And we get to face the Cardinals again. The team that has knocked us out 2 years in a row, we get a third chance at. Cade Cavalli, we win game 1. We lose game 2. Win game 3. Win game 4. And we're heading back to the World Series. We're going to take on either the Red Sox or the Mariners. It's the Red Sox, and then that reminds me, we forgot to look at Trout after this season. Is he still around? He's not on the Angels. And the player search tab is gone, so I don't know how to find him. Uh-oh. Well, I guess we'll see after the year if he retired. We're facing Garrett Doyle in this World Series. He's still only a 96. He can't get the rest of the way up to a 99. I feel like he hasn't cracked into that superstar level yet that I kind of always expected him to. That average has never gotten over 300. He hits homers. He's a good player, but not like an MVP, or maybe he's won MVPs. I don't know. I've never checked, which reminds me, should I check? Casas won the Hank Aaron Award. Casas won the batting title, and that's all that popped up here. Finished runner-up in MVP. Oh, we can see here, James Wood won the MVP last year, Soto the year before, so we do know we have at least 2 MVPs in these last couple years. I guess it doesn't. We don't really care about Gold Gloves, although Casas winning the Hank Aaron Award and the Gold Glove, that's a versatile player there, so I'm sure. Okay, Soto's got a couple Silver Sluggers under his belt. I'm sure Casas... Oh, he didn't? Oh, yeah, because Mountcastle, same position. I guess that's one way to not win the Silver Slugger, is play the same position the guy, or as the guy that beat you out for the MVP award. James Wood won it. I don't have to go through this. I'm kind of running out of steam, guys. So, we got this World Series against the Red Sox. Should we say this is it? Or should I? No, you know what? Soto is one season away from 500 homers. We'll play one more season after this, and then we're going to call it quits. So let's see. Can we win ourselves one more World Series? Game 1. Bobby Miller. We lose. Back to the tradition. Game 2. We win. Tie it up. Going on the road, playing in Fenway. Cavalli wins us Game 2. We win Game 3. And we win the World Series once again. This team will never go away. We might not make it back every year, but we'll always be in contention. Always ready to come back. We've made the postseason every single year in this universe. And we still keep coming back to win titles. What are we up to? Does it tell you? Within here, does it tell you? I don't know if there's like a team history area. I feel like there is. I feel like I can picture that in my mind, but I don't know how to get there. I don't know. But we did it again. We picked up another title. Is that 6? 6 for us, 7 total, including 2019? I think so. Because I won 4, and then now this is our second simulated win. We haven't lost a World Series, right? I don't know Nationals history that well back to the Expos, but if they never made it to a World Series as the Expos, then the Nationals have never lost a World Series. Alright, so heading into another offseason. Contract comes to an end yet again, so that means we just finished our 9th year, because it's every 3 seasons. So we're coming back, sticking with it. And I guess instead, now that we won the World Series there, instead of just saying this will be my last season, we'll keep going until we lose, or at any point, I guess, not just lose the World Series. If we don't make it to the World Series, or we lose a World Series, that'll be it. So if we can win again, we'll stick around for another season. Do we see... I guess Trout wouldn't show up under the Angels since he wasn't there, but Altuve here is at the top of the list. He's done. He might make the Hall of Fame. I don't know, I guess... Well, I kind of want to see his career stats. I don't just want to see what it shows me. So let's see. I might be missing other big names, but I just want to see Trout. Where are we at? I don't see him. I don't see Trout as a retired player here, so he might be trying to get signed for one last run. Altuve didn't make it. Okay, interesting. Okay, I can go back to player search now, so I gotta try. Where is he? Where's Trout? 68 overall, 40 years old. He is not on a team. He didn't play last year. This might be it for him. 632 homers, 2,700 hits, couldn't get to 3,000. Might be it for him. 151 career wins above replacement. We're just going to go ahead and sim through another offseason then. See if we get any big signings. I mean, our team's been really good as it is, so even if we don't, we might be fine. Oh, Casas is gone. That's a big loss. Runner-up in the MVP award race for the National League last year, and now he's moving on to a new team. He had a really good run with us. We're also trading away Sergio Rosales. That was supposed to be our future catcher, so I wonder what's happening now with that. Oh, I gotta sit back, guys. Going on 3 hours here. Which I guess in terms of streaming isn't even long. Some people sit here streaming for like 8 hours or more. I gotta build up a lot of endurance here if I want to stream legitimately. Because 3 hours, that's probably like a short stream in the grand scheme of things. I'm not seeing anything here. We're simulating, and I am not seeing anything happen for us unless I missed something. I didn't see anybody. I mean, besides Casas, though. Again, unless I missed something, I didn't see any more people that we lost. So I guess we'll sim spring and see what our opening day roster is. I'm still seeing the same rotation up there, so we might be with the same 5-man rotation for now the 4th straight season. Yeah, rotation's the same. Curran's up over a 90 overall now. He's had himself a solid career to this point. What about Zapata? He's been good. He's just getting better and better. Did March to October get anything new in MLB 24? They didn't say anything about it. I know it's still going to be in the game because it's still listed as a game mode in the store description. But I'm kind of worried about the mode. Like, I feel like they're kind of phasing it out with some of the changes they made to franchise. Lineups. Sonnenberg, he made it. Delman Sonnenberg's up to start the season here. Contact looking real good. Power looking solid. They said he's DHing, but the fielding is actually not horrible. And Giancarlo Bruno is our first baseman at a 68 overall. Uh-oh, guys. Uh-oh, and Sam Huff is our catcher. Well, I guess Jonah Heim's our catcher. We signed him. But he's hurt right now. Evan Carter's on the bench. This will be interesting. This might be the beginning of the end. I mean, Garcia's still here. Soto's still here. This might be... Oh, no. We re-signed Soto. He's sticking around. Not letting him get away again. James Wood, though, is on the last year of his team control. All right. Back to the All-Star break again. I don't know, guys. I don't know how I'm feeling. A 68 overall starting at first base. I mean, we're starting out... Oh, no, we're not starting out great. Noah Schultz is gone. I mean, we're hovering a little above 500 here to start. Kind of breaking away. Okay, I mean, things are still going fine. Not as dominant as they've been in the last couple years, but we're going on a good stretch here. Okay, no, we're still good. I forgot to look at what our team ranking was, if we're still, like, in the top 5. So we head in to the All-Star break here. We don't have anybody in the Derby, it says, but we're heading in 59-31. That's about what we did last year. We are still the number 1 ranked team. We're 12.5 up in our division. So who's doing it this year? Sonnenberg's having a good rookie season. Gunnar Henderson's leading the team in homers. I don't know who this is. Steve Castro? I guess he replaced Giancarlo Bruno. We must have traded for him. I wonder what the trade was. I also didn't... it just dawned on me I didn't realize when Joey Meneses left. But he hasn't been on the team now for a little while. Well, now I'm curious. Now it's on my mind. What transactions have gone down. What we've traded for. Can I go trades? Oh, that's all we did. Oh, that was the Schultz trade. Okay. I guess I want to look at pitching stats, but I want to go from here. Pitching's still good. Cavalli, Curran, Adone. How is Cavalli's career gone? Yeah, he's gotten it back under control. He's had 3.5 now really solid seasons in a row. Leo Blanco, good again. Man, was he hurt an entire season and I didn't notice that? Ayala, he's not the closer anymore. Gary Rainey stole the closer spot from him, even with how good Ayala had been. And then he drops back down under a 3 ERA. How do you remove him when he's been so good? I mean, I guess Gary Rainey's pretty good too. All right, well, let's continue on. We might be in a spot here to defend our title. Oh, I forgot to look at All-Stars. Okay, yeah, we'll stop the sim. We'll go in that real quick. Bobby Miller, All-Star starter. Another one at T-Mobile Park. 92 overall for Miller. Starter. Angelo Curran also up there. Number 2 starting pitcher. Gary Rainey's an All-Star. Who else do we have? Soto's back again as an All-Star. He's up to 494 bombs. He's almost there. Corbin Carroll's up to a 99. Do we have anybody else? Nobody that I recognize. Casas made it back, though, now that he's on St. Louis. I think that's it. I think that's all of our guys this year as All-Stars. So let's go. Let's get to the end here. Could be our last season if we don't defend our title. And we're still going good. I mean, 70 wins before the deadline, even with a bit of a losing streak there. We didn't add anybody, at least not that I noticed. Not a big enough trade to pop up. We got to be in position to make the playoffs again with that record. We might get up to 100 wins again. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close here. And we don't. We finish 1 win short, 99-63. But we are headed back once again to the postseason. I'm guessing we won our division again. Yeah, we won our division again. How'd we do? Sonnenberg, what a rookie year. I mean, like, not a... I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's not like an insane season, but for a rookie, that's a really good season, up to an 84 overall. Soto hit 33 bombs again, so that puts him at 510 for his career. Still a 96, still only 33 years old, but he's starting to regress. Gunnar Henderson still doing good. That's his best power season. James Wood, is he really? There's no way he's regressing. Why is he regressing a bit? He's 29. Kind of a lot of power up and down. Just like solid numbers. Pitching, 200 inning guys. A 2.33 ERA for Curran. Dude, that is a couple of seasons in a row. He does not give up hits. Doesn't get many strikeouts either, but look at how few hits allowed. All right, I mean, we're back, guys. We are back for the 10th straight year now, I think. A 10th straight postseason appearance. Game 1 against the Phillies. Do we continue the tradition? No, we won game 1. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Angelo Kern in game 2 also wins it. I mean, you got the 2 top starters in the National League. You'd hope to get wins in the first 2 games. And then we lose game 3. But we win game 4. We're moving on again. And we got to face Miami, another division rival. Game 1 of the NLCS is a win. Game 2, another win. Miller and Curran are really holding it down. Zapata for game 3 is another win. Are we going to sweep them? We do. An NLCS sweep to head back to another World Series. We have a chance at repeating. And I'm losing count. What did I say last time? That was 6 for us. So we're going for 7 here. Let's go for it against the Tigers of all teams. And we win game 1. We lose game 2. We lose game 3. We lose game 4. Oh, guys. We got to win out. We got to win 3 games in a row. Do we have it in us here? Bobby Miller back out again. We're still alive for now. Curran heading back out for game 6. And we lose. And that brings it to an end, guys. 2032 World Series loss. The first Nationals World Series loss. And I think that's where I'm going to call it here. I think that's where we're going to stop. I know we didn't quite go as far as I wanted to, but a lot of that was down to both how long I took at the beginning and then also some of the issues we were having with the game that somehow ironed themselves out. I don't even know how they did. But taking a look at Soto, he was one of the guys I wanted to highlight. Finishes with over 500 homers, 2,300 hits. He did end up with more strikeouts than walks, though. That's kind of a shame. Wins above replacement, 85.7. I mean, his career's not over. He would still be going, but for our purposes, he's done. I guess we gotta go to the off season and see if anybody's retired. But we can give one last look to Garrett Doyle. Still only 26. 265 homers at 26 years old. All right. I think that's it. I don't think there's really anything else. Or no, I wanted to go through here, see the retired players. Almost forgot that I said that. So we move on. And retired players, still nobody notable has retired while they're still on our team. Did Trout go? I'm going to scroll straight down to him. Where are we at? There he is. He's finally hanging up the cleats. Down to a 61 overall. No team signed him. So he stays at the numbers he was at before, even though his final season in only 25 games, he had a 323 average. But that's all I felt like we needed to see. We're going to see him in the Hall of Fame here, along with Freddie Freeman. And that's going to do it then for today. That's going to do it for today's stream. Thank you guys, those of you who stuck around. I know, Mike, you were here like the whole time. Wimbo, you showed up after a while, but you stuck around, so thanks for sticking around. I'm not 100% sure yet. I thought I would be, but I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to stream the launch of the game. I'm kind of going back and forth, but if I do, I'll try and schedule it at least, an hour, half an hour in advance. Let you guys know in a community post. But that's going to be it then. So, again, thanks for coming out. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching the last time I'll play MLB The Show 23, with it being the newest game out. But that's going to do it. Those of you watching the replay, the stream replay. Hopefully it went smoothly and actually came out at a reasonable time. And if you watched to the end, thanks for watching the entirety of the Nationals stuff this year. It's a blast to make. I'm gonna be doing more March to October to start on MLB 24, and I'll probably, I mean, by this time tomorrow, you'll probably see episode 1 already. But all right, it's really, I'm doing a Midwestern goodbye here. I keep saying bye and I don't end the stream, so I'm just gonna end it, guys. Thanks for sticking around once again, and I will see you next time.